All right. Thank you for joining us on this Friday the 13th special of Unfocused. What?
I know. I forgot it was Friday the 13th.
Oh,
That's why it's not working.
You made me. Oh, shit. We're cursed. All right. This isn't even a full episode. This is a special. We've been behind. We haven't got the last 2 weeks of Moon Knight, and we haven't reviewed Doctor Strange and talked about some things. So this is going to be our Marvel special for Phase 4. I think we're officially at the middle point of Phase 4, or maybe we're after the. I think
We did kind of talk about it on Sunday, but that was more of a
we got to share it with our friends though.
just casual stuff.
So is it mid or?
I think we're like halfway through Phase 4 at this point.
Look at it. Actually.
Yeah, because now we have left is Thor, She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, as
Miss
far
Marvel.
as yeah.
Fantastic Four, Guardians 3. Werewolf by Night special and Guardian special. Is there anything?
Thor: Love and Thunder, Quantumania, Guardians 3,
yeah,
the Marvels, Blade.
The Marvels.
Oh,
No, Blade's
Blade.
Phase 5. Like he said, Blade is Phase 5.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, that might get shifted, but for now,
Wait,
we're going on his word that Blade is Phase 5.
Fantastic Four is supposed to be.
It's the end of Phase 4.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The cap, the final movie in Phase 4 is Fantastic Four.
Wait, so we said She-Hulk. Did we say Ms. Marvel?
We did.
The
I Am
Marvels.
We said Miss Marvel and the Marvels. We said both.
Okay, I Am Groot, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, and Armor
I
Wars.
forgot about I Am Groot.
There's so much.
Is Ironheart really part of Phase 4? Are we getting that before Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
I don't know if it's before, but it's still like, it's been announced, and the only thing that we know of that is actually not Phase 4 is Blade.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. Everything else Phase 4. Interesting. So does that mean Echo is also Phase 4, not Phase 5?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
I don't know.
I guess it depends on how big, the ground shift in Fantastic Four is going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling like Fantastic Four is going to be the Avengers to Phase 1. What Avengers was to Phase 1, Fantastic will be to Phase 4. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that'll be good because we've never had a good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Damn. Shots fired.
It's not wrong. All right. That being said, we are going to start by reviewing the first thing we missed, which is Moon Knight. So we're going to roughly go over the last 2 episodes and then kind of tell you what we thought about it, theories, what we got from the ending. And then we'll move on to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Both are out now. You can watch the whole series of Moon Knight on Disney+, or you can go into theaters right now and go see Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. There's probably like 2 showings left if you go right now. All right, so Moon Knight. Shall we briefly? I mean, real quick rundown of episode 5 and 6. Stop me.
Actually, I think we talked about. We're caught up. We just didn't talk about the last episode.
I don't think we talked about 5, man.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm trying to remember. Well, there was a couple of weeks where I might have been busy, but I don't remember seeing you guys talk about.
I don't think we talked about 5.
No, I'm pretty sure we did because when we. Oh wait. Shit.
No, we didn't talk about the
we
Heart
did
Wing.
miss 2 weeks.
No, yeah.
Oh shit.
Technically,
you're right. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, we didn't watch 5. No, we didn't talk about 5 because we didn't talk about the Heart Wing. We didn't talk about any of that shit. So for sure, if we did,
Damn. Okay. No. I guess you're right.
yeah. So, episode 5, we pick up with not Moon Knight, but Mark Spector and Stephen Grant. In an insane asylum, which turns out to actually be a metaphor for the underworld. So they're actually dead. And they go through a lot of crazy trials of revealing each other's trauma. You know what was cool about episode 5? The moment where we get to see him become Moon Knight. I thought that shit was badass. I know nothing happened, there was no fighting, but I thought that was cool. It was almost like his Batman moment, but
Like how it happened. Yeah.
yeah, that shit was kind of cool.
And the best part is it's comic accurate.
Yeah, it was one of the few origins that literally felt like it was ripped right out of the comic pages and done exactly how it was in the comics.
That's cool.
Now I'm starting to feel more and more why he said this is like Iron Man to him, Oscar Isaacs. Because I get all those feels like you actually saw parts from the comic. It's everything from the ground up. You used everything in his story to tell his story without having to pull other characters and stuff. Like, I get it. I like it. It was really good. I liked how supernatural it got, but it never got like out of control where I didn't know what the fuck was going on anymore. Except for the fact that he's crazy. I never knew what was going on with him.
Still made it make no sense really, but.
But yeah, so he reveals all his childhood traumas to himself.
Yeah.
Which his brother died when he was young, and that's why he made.
Like how he
Stephen
said to
Grant.
himself.
Yeah,
He revealed everything to himself.
I mean, he didn't know about himself. It's not wrong, right?
And I think that's one of the harder things about any story that has to do with disassociative. Oh God, I can't even say it.
Dissociative,
DID.
yeah, dissociative
I'm not
Identity
even gonna
identity
disorder.
try.
disorder, yeah. Dissociative identity disorder. There, I said it. All right. Yeah,
All right,
go
say
ahead.
it
So,
five
what's your
times
point?
fast.
Go ahead, Steve. So we say that's the hard part about doing this. Why?
It, yeah, just because you never know what's actual reality or what he's imagining, because they start using real places or places that look real. And I think that's the thing I appreciate about like what Moon Knight did is that okay, you're seeing this insane asylum is because the only way a human mind can process this is to relate it to something you know.
Right, right. And yeah, I did like that about that too. And it happens throughout the show. It just kind of comes to a head in episode 5 when he dies, quote unquote. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very cool concept. Uh, okay, real quick for those that saw episode 5, obviously you shouldn't even be here if you haven't seen Moon Knight or Doctor Strange. That was a big ass spoiler warning above my head, literally. Um, did Khonshu kill the little brother with his weather manipulation?
Whoa.
And the only reason I say that is because when he was calling for his brother and his brother was screaming, and he's going to the cave, he steps and then there's like a bone skeleton that's mysteriously shaped very similar to Khonshu. Now that could
Well,
mean. Go ahead.
would Khonshu have followed him his entire life?
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true too.
maybe he was watching him because the fool's broken. Because in the comics they say that Khonshu's been targeting him his whole life and slowly fucking with him to break his mind.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah, in the comic books, there's an arc where he is in an insane asylum, and he thinks it's Amit doing the whole thing, right? And it turns out
Hmm.
the whole thing was a construct by Khonshu, because Khonshu was trying to break his mind so he could take his body, and he like
And that would mean he's been broken all his life.
or he's been trying to break him. He didn't actually become broken until he found out about his mom's death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which apparently maybe that's where well, that's basically where the series begins, is where his mom dies. He goes to her Passover, he can't handle it, and he transforms into Steven, and he's like, where am I?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he just moves to London from there, and that's how the series starts. This is all in episode 5. They kind of give us all this.
So freaking Stephen Grant, is this brand new?
I mean, not brand new. He said he was always around since he was a kid, but them actually like having blackouts and not like knowing where they're at and shit didn't start till the mom died.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow.
Like points where
Yeah.
Mark Spector just was not involved for like weeks at a time. It
I
started
thought
there.
I thought Steven was created when he was a kid, because the whole thing like being chased down by the mom and everything into the room. Everybody's like, "Don't go to the room." So wouldn't that say like as a child that's when Stephen Grant was created?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was created, but I said
Oh, but the whole blackout thing you're talking about.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the blocked some memories.
Yeah.
Steven basically becoming the Prime happened after the mom died, because Mark couldn't handle it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's basically when it's basically his Hulk out.
Yeah.
It's a Tam. Yeah, it's interesting. What else was in there? Yeah, they opened up to each other, balanced their heart scales. Actually, no, them opening up to each other did not balance their heart scales.
No.
Steven falling off the boat and becoming
Becoming dead.
Yeah.
is what balanced their heart scales. So is that because of the spoiler? I'm gonna jump a little bit into information. This isn't really a spoiler. If you watched episode 4, you saw there was a fucking third sarcophagus kicking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did the scales not balance because he didn't?
That's what I was wondering too. Like, was it not balanced because all three weren't there?
Maybe
That's what I was thinking about going into it. It's like, okay, there's supposed to be a third like soul there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing to balance it out. So it was crazy when Stephen quote died, like it finally balanced out.
And I think our buddy Chris was with us last Sunday when we were talking about it. And Arthur Harrow asks him in the insane asylum, did you create Steven? Do you think Mark created Steven to deal with the world, or did Steven create Mark to punish the world for what it did to him? Or something
It's
like
getting
that.
pretty deep.
And I was like, but that's not even true of Mark
Yeah.
at all. That's actually true of Jake, maybe.
Huh.
Because Jake isn't afraid to kill children and like just take over the body whenever he wants. So maybe Jake is made to punish the world for what Mark has gone through. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Okay, I see that.
Doesn't that actually kind of line up with Amit's kind of philosophy?
Oh yeah, Jake fucks people up before they can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very true. Interesting. Huh. Very
So
interesting.
is Amit working with Jake?
No, because Amit was binded to Harrow. So Jake, jumping ahead again, to episode 6. When Jake does
Which is fine. It's all spoilers anyway.
yeah, we're talking about the end of Moon Knight, the last two episodes.
Yeah, if you haven't seen 5 and 6 right now, then
you shouldn't be here.
yeah.
Yeah. So when Jake kills Arthur Harrow, they're actually screwing Amit over because Amit had just become binded to Arthur Harrow. So Jake killing Arthur Harrow proves he's not with Amit because that fucks Amit's whole plan over. And you can tell he's still binded with Amit because he says, "You can't hurt us right now." Because Harrow and Amit are one.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I can't, but my associate can." Jesus. Biggest plot twist ever in Marvel to me. I even saw it coming and it still made my jaw drop. Like, I didn't, know he was going to come out and kill Harrow, but the whole time I was like, they got to talk about the third personality in some way. They have to. But that shit still surprised me, man, when...
Yeah, like I didn't see because the way the episode wrapped up, I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna talk about the third personality in the next season.
Dude, and as soon as the fucking window rolls down and Oscar Isaacs turns around with that sinister smile, I was like, Jesus, I'm not ready for this show. This show's too much.
And he's only speaking Spanish.
Only Spanish, bro. And the one time Arthur Harrow looked scared in the whole series, I think. You know. Other stuff. I liked Homegirl becoming the Scarlet Scarab. I think I realized.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, in the comics, her dad is actually the one who becomes Scarlet Scarab.
Oh.
Yeah, and instead it was her in the show. And yeah, it gave her armored abilities, bladed wings. I don't think she can
Kind of
fly.
went Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she did do a little Wonder Woman shit on us. That was pretty cool, man. I liked it. People were saying the CGI was real bad. I think I've come to realize I don't really know when CGI and things are bad unless it's really bad. Because I was like, looks fine to me, and then people were bitching about it.
Yeah, what part?
Her wings, I guess. I thought they
her
looked
wings?
fine.
Oh, okay, shit. I didn't even notice that.
Okay, so cool because you pay attention to graphics and visuals, and you didn't catch it either.
I didn't catch the wing shit. No.
I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it looked kind of good. I mean,
I didn't think I think I'm a lot more forgiving because I know it's a TV budget. It's still pretty good for
they
a
have
TV budget.
They have movie budget.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still smaller compared to movies.
I mean, it is spread out. The budget is spread out over 6 episodes. So
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know, man. I just really didn't think it was. It honestly didn't even catch my attention that it was bad in any way.
I actually barely remember she had wings.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think it was that bad. Honestly, I thought the CG of Moon Knight himself suiting up was worse. But
Really?
in particular, Scarlet Scarab, I didn't even notice it.
I didn't think his suiting up was bad either. I liked his suiting up. The only thing I didn't like about the CG was the jackals. Maybe the jackals didn't look quite believable in episode 2. Do you know what I mean? When he finally kills one.
Yeah, I think it's still the uncanny valley. I didn't notice the jackals all that much, but I know what you're talking
That's
about.
funny.
If I really looked at it, I could notice it.
The thing that bugged me with CGI was when Amit and freaking what's his name grew huge. Fucking Rita
Kaiju battle?
Repulsa. Yeah.
I mean, but that's. I mean,
that's
yeah.
kinda,
Is that bad though? I feel like that's as good as
that's
the
the only
CGI.
time I noticed it being kind of bugging me.
I didn't even bug me because I'm isn't that how good CGI looks when they do big fucking monsters and shit? I haven't seen it really done too much better than except for maybe
Godzilla, man.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
okay, except for Godzilla or King Kong because their whole budget is on the giant monster. But anything else, I feel like it's just as good or better than anything else besides something like that.
Maybe it depends on what TV you guys are watching on too.
I mean,
You guys with your 4K fucking
I don't have
Q,
4K.
LED, HD, fucking whatever.
You know what? That's actually a good point because a really really sharp TV will kind of show you how bad things look.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that's why I don't notice because my TV's bare minimum, base of the line. So maybe that is why. But yeah, I know why we had to have. I mean, we didn't have to have that battle with Khonshu and Amit. It wasn't bad, but we kind of didn't have to have it. You know, can we talk about how petty Khonshu is? How fucking funny is that? Two things. One thing, so him and Layla are fucking like trying to stop Arthur Harrow, right? And then he's like, Layla Al Fuli, will you be my guardian of the night? I was like, motherfucker, do you really think she's not paying attention to everything that just happened right now? Like, you just fucking ruined her husband's life and like...
Those are hard to ask, you know?
Bro. He was like, be my guardian.
He shot a shot.
Yeah.
He shot a shot. He's like, be my guardian of the night. And he had the nerve to get annoyed when she said no. Like, dude, you suck. Like, look what you did to everybody. Like, why the fuck would I help you? And he was like, whatever. And like,
He's like, well, fuck you then.
yeah, he did. Because when he grunted and then he took off, he just disappeared to go fight Amit by himself or whatever. And I'm like, you're mad? You're fucking them over to get your shit, man. What do you mean?
And then he uses a loophole to still keep him enslaved with Jake.
Dude. What an asshole. Oh my god. Yeah, Khonshu's a real dick. I can't wait to see more of him and Steven going back and forth. May I say, before this, I know it's before we get to Doctor Strange, it's not a spoiler. I was 90% sure the after credit scene of Doctor Strange was going to be Oscar Isaac's knocking on the door of the Sanctum Sanctorum while he was gone dealing with Wanda and being like, hello, I'm looking for a doctor to help me. I have some issues. You know, like, it would have been so good if Stephen Grant was like, he needed some mystical help to try to fix this whole Khonshu thing, you know? But, you know, that's kind of what I thought was going to be an after credit scene of Doctor Strange. And
that would have been cool. But
it also would have kind of led to Midnight Suns because I feel like that could be what the Midnight Suns is about. Maybe they have to stop Khonshu from fucking with Mark.
That'd be cool.
There hasn't been a Midnight Suns properly announced yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Oscar Isaacs thinks it's a cool idea.
So does T.
Obviously, yeah, for sure, I do. And I mean, we have a lot of players. I feel like if there is going to be a Midnight Suns thing, it'll become apparent this Halloween with the Marvel Halloween special.
I think like we already have a lot of the players back in the MCU and like already in projects, right? We have Black Knight, Moon Knight, and Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
And
don't
who
say
else?
Morbius. Don't
Is
say
Doctor
Morbius.
Strange?
Don't say Morbius.
Oh, Morbius too, right?
No.
Oh.
The only thing we're missing really is Ghost Rider and Elsa Bloodstone. I think those are the ones that people want that are not there yet. What else about Moon Knight? Yo, holy shit! I like how they. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if they did Midnight Suns, like what did they do it like as a small like just remember like in Endgame when the girls all got together, did a whole frame with them and shit like that. Like what did they do some Midnight Suns shit like that? Big war happens. Those five happen to just be right there all together at once.
And they all do some dark, scary, mystical shit to it.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be kind of cool.
Just real quick, like just 2 minutes, and then find some shit together as a
instead
team.
of a full project.
Yeah, instead of a full project.
Fan service thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that'd be a good way to like maybe set up a movie like that, like how that kind of something like that kind of set up Guardians and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it'd be real cool to have them just like you said, for a moment have like a little tag team strategy of all those dark characters like fucking up the villain. You know?
Yeah,
that would be really dope.
So
and
maybe we'll get something like that in the future. I don't know.
I like that idea. That's actually really cool. All I know is I need Ghost Rider, man. And I don't need it to be Nicolas Cage.
Damn.
Moon Knight. What else? You know, I really appreciate how we're at the point in Moon Knight with the big Marvel final battle. You know, where Arthur Harrow was getting all the purple energy from the sky. You know, you gotta have the purple energy. And you know, Khonshu was losing to Amit, right? And Mark was down, and Layla was getting shot at, and I'm like. And I was thinking as this part was happening, okay, this is the big Marvel moment, Phase 3. What the fuck bullshit is he about to pull out of his ass to get out of this, you know? And no, he blacked out. And then fucking he's on top of this fool beating the shit out of him. I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
Jake
as a
was
way
his
to
Marvel moment.
Right? Yeah, Jake was his Marvel moment. And we definitely didn't need to see it, apparently, because it was scary.
Yeah.
And I like how they were non-specific. She was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
We don't know what he did to them. Did he go stab them all? Did he shoot them all? We don't know.
Don't know. Yo, what if he's like Sensui and fucking grows a freaking gun out of his hand or some shit?
You know what? Speaking of that, can you look up Moon Knight Ranger? Like Google Moon Knight Ranger?
Moon Knight.
So, you know, and what's different from the show and the comic books is that in the show,
Rangers.
Moon Knight, and then images maybe? In the show, Moon Knight... Each personality has their own, that very first one, top left corner. every personality seems to have their own costume for Moon Knight, and that would mean Jake Lockley doesn't have a costume. And since he seems to like to shoot motherfuckers dead, what if he transforms into this? Which in the comic books, when he turns into this form,
That sucks.
he gets a white horse that appears.
Sake.
He gets a white horse that appears out of nowhere.
No way.
And they're like, "Where the fuck did you get the horse from?" And he just never answers that question. Just kind of like avoids it and acts like you didn't answer him. Act like you didn't ask that question,
Right.
you know. And so yeah, his guns and his horse just appear when he turns into this version of.
So
Moon
maybe
Knight.
he does kind of have something like that then.
Yeah, maybe he did that, and they just didn't want to show it to us, you know.
Like Kazuya from Sensui.
And that looks like whiskey with an Egyptian symbol on it. Old
Yeah.
Wild West whiskey. So yeah, my money is on that Jake is actually this version of Moon Knight when he transforms.
Okay.
You know,
I'm down.
that'd be pretty dope, right? Like,
Yeah.
Dope to see.
like a Mexican desperado, like an old cowboy movie or something. You know,
I forget he speaks Spanish.
Well, what was that? What was that one original Ghost Rider? What was it called? The Midnight Rider, I think.
Vengeance. You're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think so. He showed up in the first Ghost Rider movie.
Oh, I don't know.
He's a cowboy, kind of.
Oh, the original Ghost Rider. I don't remember that motherfucker's name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
I don't think I saw the first movie.
You're probably better off.
You did yourself a favor.
You don't need to see the first one or the second one. You know what's weird about the second one?
Second one? Oh yeah, there was a second one.
Yeah, you know what's weird about the second one? It's a reboot.
It was good. It's a reboot.
And Nicolas Cage is still Ghost Rider in the reboot.
Yeah.
How the
There's only one thing that was good about that movie, and there was this thing about him pissing fire.
Damn.
And Usher said,
It's just like the most random scene of him, like looks like him urinating, but you see just nothing but fire in front of him.
That's funny.
Usher said, "Let it burn." I think that's the main stuff. Oh yeah, I mean, we don't really know what's up with fucking Mark Spector at the end, because
Yeah.
the thing that really threw me off at the end is they were flipping back and forth between, the big Marvel moment, him being in the realm of the dead talking to Arthur Harrow, and then what seems to be like him really in the insane asylum.
Yeah.
Like
I
there's
don't know.
like three things going on,
I hope no. Like the whole thing. Like, is this whole thing even real? You know?
and then we see the insane asylum, and Arthur Harrow's walking with bloody footsteps.
Yeah. Like.
And I'm like, okay,
why?
wait a minute. So what does that mean? Is this real or is this not real? I don't get it. I'm like,
Yeah, just when I think I understand, like, oh, what's reality and what's in his head, they throw that at us.
yeah. And then they change the reality that Arthur Harrow's in the insane asylum, meaning what? I guess it's that Moon Knight, after he beat his ass, he didn't kill him and he put him in an insane asylum. I'm guessing that's what happened. And then after he thought, oh, job well done, saved the day, he went to sleep and fucking Jake woke up and said, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah.
And went straight to the hospital to go kill that fool. I'm guessing that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
I can't see anything else. That being said, was it real? And the reason this what brings me up brings up what I was saying about what I told you guys earlier, because you're like, I don't know anything about the comics, so I'm really confused. And I'm like, no. Actually, you're exactly in the same place as anybody who reads all the Moon Knight comics, because they often do this in the comics. They make stories and they rewrite them to kind of be like, to put it up in the air. Is he crazy? Did that even happen?
Yeah.
Are his powers real? Does he even have magic? Or is he just a Batman motherfucker that trains and beats the shit out of people? We don't know. Even the Marvel superheroes in the universe are questionable about him, whether he really has powers, whether he's fit to fight because he's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all kinds of things. Like it's pretty nuts.
The other thing that makes you even think even more deeper into like, is this shit even real? Is because again, we never got any mention of anyone else in the MCU.
I don't think that makes it any less real, because I feel like that does happen to a degree sometimes. But especially since there's no
also
British...
this idea that like that little girl who liked Scarlet Scarab was like, "Oh, are you a superhero?" She's like, "Yes." But it just kind of points to the idea that they live in a world where superheroes are a common thing.
And specifically, she said, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's like, so that means that there are American superheroes out there, right?
Yeah.
Or at least other country superheroes. But also, I don't know if you've been noticing, but they've been talking about the Rick and Morty writers have been talking a little bit about like Moon Knight and all that shit, and whoever the writers are for Moon Knight have also been talking with the Rick and Morty guys in interviews about like cameos and stuff. And apparently there was gonna be cameos from Eternals, Black Knight, the Hulk. They had all these cameos in place for Moon Knight.
That's crazy.
But they decided to throw out the window.
Okay.
So I mean, I want to say that might confirm that it is in the Marvel universe, but I don't know. At this point, they can write it however they want. Since, like you said, no one showed up.
Even like
yet.
what universe, you know?
Fuck. Imagine we're just looking at a whole nother universe altogether. I
Yeah.
never even considered that.
That could be a thing too.
Could be. What else? Okay, I mean, we got to mention it. Everyone knows if you're watching the spoiler, but the kicker, man. Fucking Jake Lockley being the man driving the limo and killing this motherfucker.
So did someone go and open the sarcophagus? Oh my god, what's it called?
Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus? Yeah.
No, I just think that they chose not to deal with him, and then Mark just solved the problem on his own without Jake. But if they would have solved it with Jake, that probably would have been better for them, so that he wouldn't keep interfering with their shit.
Mm-hmm.
But since they didn't, he was left free to take control of the body and start fucking shit up whenever he wants. Which is scary that Jake can take control of the body whenever he wants, as opposed to Steven and Mark, who have to kind of wait their turn.
Yeah. He seems more tamed, you know. He gets out there, does a job, and then fucking
just leaves.
just bounces.
He's like, I just need to keep the body alive, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Efficiency, man. Safety
Yeah.
and efficiency. That's all Jake Lockley's about.
So yeah, maybe the theory is right that Jake is there to, like, you know, make the world suffer. So, but he just comes out to do that real quick, and he bounces. He doesn't need to do anything else in the world.
Someone was saying also, since Mark only seems to fuck people up when he has to,
Yeah.
and Steven doesn't fight at all, that maybe Jake is the expression of his mother's aggression.
Shit.
Because Steven is basically like Layla. So
Mhm,
he's
mhm.
taking everything he likes about Layla that he wishes he was, and
Right.
that's Steven. And maybe he's taking everything about his mom and that he wishes he wasn't and making Jake.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's kind of how people
Interesting.
DID deal with these problems. They compartmentalize them and just let a personality deal with it, you know?
Yeah. That could be a thing too. That's crazy.
Just something else kind of thinking about.
But yeah, that fool's there. He speaks Spanish. He kidnapped freaking Harold and he's working with Conchu. Like, what the fuck?
I knew it was going to be all bad when he kicked that wheelchair away, when he put him in the vehicle and then he just like it fucking rolled that wheelchair and kicked that shit over the side. I was like, oh shit, he doesn't need the wheelchair. That's not good. That's really not good.
He's gonna learn to walk.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, a good way to kind of end it too, cause like I was like the whole time, I was like, the fuck, you know, there's sarcophagus. Like, go open that shit. Like, who's this other character? Like, and then they showed us at the end, and that's how you end it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like after the credits too?
Yeah, it was the post credit scene.
Yeah.
It was so good. And also, this version is not afraid of killing innocents because he killed all the orderlies in the fucking hospital too, because they were trying to stop him. I guess, yeah. They don't show that happen, but they show everyone dead on the floor.
I wonder if we'll get like in the second season, like all the fight scenes that he did that we didn't see that they cut away
Oh,
from.
how dope would that be?
It just
Yeah.
opens up with just showing all those things where like he just like
Yo,
he comes to fuck
like
shit
when
up.
he wakes
Like,
up. and-
all the blackouts are Jake.
oh
Yeah.
my god, I would love that. That's just how they open the season, like right away, like first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, it'd be so cool.
it's like I want to see that. And we'll
Damn,
see
that
it.
sounds great. Actually,
See how bad he really is.
Okay, quick question for each of you. Steve, you first. Where do we think we see Moon Knight next? What whose project, whose movie, or who even whether it's something in Phase 4 or something that we haven't seen yet, like or
So
something. that
I'm personally thinking, not Phase 4, but because there has not been a confirmation for a season 2 yet. Instead, I think he's just gonna get his movie straight up.
Wow.
Oh, movie. That'd be a bold move. That'd be cool though. All right, AJ.
You know, I to kind of piggyback on that real quick too. I think that could work because something that I've been liking a lot lately with the recent Marvel movies, especially people that are getting like their second movies by now and shit. They've been good because they just get straight into the story. We don't have to learn anybody new. We don't gotta get a backstory of the main character or anything like that. They just go fucking straight into it, and we just get to enjoy everything from there on out. Kind of like Hawkeye. I feel like kind of did that too. And
And Doctor Strange, you know, without going too
Yeah.
much into Doctor Strange, yeah, I definitely like that we just were able to jump into him.
yeah, and we don't have to get any backstory about anybody or anything and what the situation is because we got in this TV show about one character and we just have other movies and represents about everything else. So like we don't need to do that. So I feel like if they did a Moon Knight movie, they can just jump into some shit real quick and not even care about like, you know, doing the backstory so much because there's a TV show out there. You want to go know his backstory, go watch that TV show.
And that was my problem with the first Doctor Strange, like because it was an origin story, they had to rush through everything. So I
Yeah.
felt the pacing was really, really like breakneck. But like the pacing felt about the same for Multiverse of Madness, but I didn't feel like I was lost
No, I
because
agree.
we had WandaVision coming out or coming before it.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I feel like there is a problem with specifically two movies. I mean, you could really say it happens in a lot of movies, but I don't think it's their fault in phase one. But later on in phase three, there's two movies specifically where I feel like they really lost a lot of points because of that exact system about how they make their movies and how they deal with the finale. Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, which ironically, both of those movies are unique in how they actually beat the villain at the end, surprisingly.
Hmm.
But both of those movies have this formula where you're just like kind of rolling your eyes halfway through, like, okay, I know. Let's just kind of like,
Yeah.
let's get to it. Like, I need you to be who, like, because one of the biggest strengths of Marvel is one of its biggest weaknesses is that they don't give you the character as they are in the comic books right away. They make you work for
Yeah.
it. They ground them first.
Yeah.
They make you
And
believe that this person could exist in real life,
and
and
then
then
they earn it.
and then they earn the comic book shit, and they slowly get you to be like the comics. Which like I said, you can't really say that's bad because that's why everything's so good right now. And if you're following it,
Yeah.
but it can be annoying sometimes. And I like that Moon Knight was able to sidestep that somehow. It didn't feel like it.
Yeah, because I guess he's already Moon Knight the whole time. We were trying to figure out, like, how is he Moon Knight? Why is that is?
Is he really Moon
No,
Knight?
yeah, is he really? Is any of this even real?
Right. But yeah, that was a really good show. Some people are complaining, but I think most of the DID community is pretty happy about Moon Knight because it seems like they really did research and tried to respect it. Any last comments, questions, concerns about Moon Knight before we move on? All right.
I got nothing.
Phase 4 continues with the Multiverse of Madness. So I don't know if you want to change the subtitle at the
Oh,
bottom.
I had them both in there. I guess.
Okay. No, you can leave.
We can take Moon Knight out now.
All right. So you can leave. It's fine. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Again, we shouldn't have to say this again, but if you are a person that's not seen that movie, you might want to duck out because we are going to start talking about some Doctor Strange shit. A lot of spoilers. Big movie. First movie in a while to move the MCU narrative forward. I mean, you could say Eternals did a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it was just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because if you think about it, Spider-Man didn't really move the MCU narrative forward. Black Widow definitely did not move the MCU narrative forward. And then, yeah, I can only say Eternals, really. Shang-Chi didn't really move the narrative. It was a great movie, but it didn't change anything for the overall universe.
I actually don't even feel like Eternals did because all they really left us with was a giant, Tiamat in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Well, there's a giant space god coming to judge our planet now, Steve. That's kind of
You were right.
That's
That is
kind
true.
of
Okay.
a problem.
No one's.
I retract my previous statement.
Yeah, right.
No one's commented in any movie or any TV show about the freaking dead freaking thing in the ocean and all that.
No one also did comment on fucking Khonshu turning back the night sky.
Yeah.
That's
But is it even real? We can take anything happening in Moon Knight like as to
Well,
did it really even happen in real life?
That's a good point. That was a good point. I was thinking more of it being an illusion, but you're right though. We don't even know if it happened at all.
Yeah.
Technically, that's funny. There's a lot of things in Marvel right now that I feel like everybody should be. Maybe the world's just like the comic world now. Everyone's just like,
another
you see a guy drinking his coffee, reading his newspaper, and a fucking alien crash lands and destroys the building next to him. And he just looks over and just keeps drinking his coffee,
It's just Monday.
It's
Yeah.
Monday, it's not like a purple alien came to take over the planet, so it's
like,
fine.
oh yeah, I haven't seen an alien in a while. It sounds about right.
Right? If it's not a Thanos level threat at this point, and your house is fine, I'm guessing people are just pushing on. I don't see what we're pretty late in the game now.
So yeah, maybe that's what it is.
After that Westview shit, I don't know, man. I don't think anyone cares about anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone cares. I wouldn't care. If I was a New Yorker, I wouldn't care anymore. So,
Shit. It's not as bad as aliens invading. I'm good.
Yeah,
It's a seasonal thing now. Like we're used to it.
seasonal thing. Now, the one thing I do think we should be seeing on the news a lot more is fucking Arishem coming up out the fucking sky and ripping Cersei and those other two motherfuckers off the planet.
Yeah.
And Dane Whitman saw that, and everybody in that field saw that. I do think that we should probably address that soon, because you would think like anybody around would be like, oh fuck, like if Captain Marvel is like just waking up, like brushing her teeth and sees that shit, she's like, fuck, I have to do something about that. Fuck.
That's not small enough for me to ignore.
Yeah, like I wish I could just write this one off to Spider-Man, but I can't.
Like, maybe I didn't watch the news today.
You're right. And like, and the news stations are calling for Captain Marvel for support, and she's like, God damn it. Yes, but also someone was pointing out that Eternals might be the furthest thing in the timeline, because
I'm wondering that too.
Yeah, because I know the creators had said that Spider-Man
Far From Home.
Far From Home. Thank you. You knew I was going to mess it up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From Home happens a couple months after WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
WandaVision happens about 5 or 6 months after Endgame.
No, it's 3 weeks.
A couple weeks, yeah.
Oh, it's not 5 or 6 months. It's like five. It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 or 6 months is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay. So.
I wonder if we can look up a timeline.
No, I think they purposely have not put that out yet. But try anyway.
There's a lot of contextual clues in the movies themselves. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, and the only things we know for sure is that WandaVision happens before No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, WandaVision happens before Far From Home.
Yeah.
No Way Home definitely happens after Far From Home.
Yeah, because
Doctor Strange happens after No Way Home.
Yeah, that's right. Because Far From Home is summer vacation, 2024.
Right.
And then when that movie ends, No Way Home starts immediately, and it goes from fall to winter because it ends in Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right. So
interesting.
I think Eternals.
Whoa. Okay. So whatever random website I found, Pocket Lint says, Endgame, and then WandaVision, and then Shang-Chi.
Oh, Shang-Chi's before Far From Home?
And then Far From Home.
Oh,
wait.
Yeah, Shang-Chi happens in April because there's this thing that they're talking about that when Talo opens, it's Chinese ritual day, tomb sweeping day. So that happens at the very beginning of April.
Okay, got you. That's
right.
beginning
and then,
of April.
And then Far From Home, and then Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Eternals, and then No Way Home.
Yeah.
And then Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and
last.
then Loki.
Well, Loki, I mean,
Loki is always going to be at the end.
Yeah, technically you could say Loki is at the beginning, during, and end.
Yeah, it happens throughout all time.
Throughout any series we're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's fair to put it at the
For
end.
all time, always.
Yeah. For all time, always.
But I did a watch leading up to Doctor Strange, and I watched Loki prior to WandaVision, and it kind of makes sense.
Right. And okay, so that being said, let's give this timeline one more time, AJ. Start from Black Widow. I'm sorry, not Black Widow. Whatever came, not timeline wise. Sorry. Start from whatever starts Phase 4.
Wanda.
All right,
cool.
WandaVision. So everyone, this is the quick timeline for where we are in Marvel in the order of chronologically of when the movies and shows are happening, and then we're gonna tell you what you should have watched to watch Doctor Strange. So AJ, first project after
Endgame is WandaVision.
Right, 3 weeks after Endgame. Then a few weeks later, Shang-Chi is happening.
And then maybe a couple months after that,
Couple
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Maybe a few weeks after that,
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Eternals. Maybe same time as Falcon Winter Soldier. We don't really know, right?
Maybe. And then No Way Home.
And Spider-Man No Way Home. How long does it happen after Eternals? Does it say?
Oh man, I want to.
I don't think it says. It could be happening at the same time.
I was gonna say, for all we know, it could be happening at the same time.
And we know No Way Home takes place around Halloween because of all the decorations we saw in the beginning of the movie.
Wait, and then. No, isn't Eternals after then? Because Eternals is happening in December, right? At the beginning, isn't it December?
Wait, when did they say that?
At the very beginning.
Actually, there's a better way to look this up because it's Dane Whitman's birthday. If there's a way to look up his birthday,
ooh, because she buys him a present. Ooh.
Yeah,
ooh, Steve, you're gonna be our research guy here. All right, but for now, No Way Home, Eternals, we're not quite sure, but they're what's next after Spider-Man Far From Home. All right, so then we keep going.
Yeah, Far From. Oh, I'm sorry, No Way Home, and then Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Now, technically, you could say Spider-Man is happening before and after Hawkeye, because the whole battle
Sort of,
with the
yeah.
Christmas tree is over by the time Spider-Man is doing that whole thing.
I don't think it started yet.
Could be. Well, okay, so they put up that Christmas tree like at the end of November. Like as soon as Thanksgiving ends, that Christmas tree goes up.
Okay, so maybe this is right. Spider-Man and then Hawkeye, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like touching each other's barely there.
Okay.
Yeah, because like Hawkeye is a Christmas movie and it ends, or a Christmas show and it ends on Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's funny they put Moon Knight after that. Do we know that Moon Knight's
I was
after
gonna
that?
ask too.
What makes them think that Moon Knight is after that? I'd really like. I'm very curious as to what the logic is on that, because I don't think we could say.
I think what they could be thinking is usually because the rule of thumb is whenever it's released, that is when it's happening.
That is
That's
that's been the
that's
rule
the
of
rule
thumb.
of thumb unless explicitly stated otherwise.
That's true, but the thing is that we've been fucking with time and space now. So I mean, does that hold up now?
No, I don't see. That's why I don't think it holds up anymore, especially now that like
Loki.
technically everything else is occurring in 2023 and 2024. So don't
Because
know.
we've been getting 2024 movies before we've gotten some of our 2023 movies, if you think about it.
Yeah.
This article says the Global Reparation Council was mentioned in Moon Knight, and that was featured in Falcon Winter Soldier. So
Oh, okay.
that's the
okay.
only little hint
That-
they're given
but
to
that's
it
not-
taking after.
Yeah, because they don't say whether
Falcon
they've
Winter
already
Soldier.
talked to Captain America. See, if
Yeah.
they said they would talk to Captain America, then I would believe that, like in that little article. But they just say that organization is a group. But that group could have been any time after the snap was undone. So really, we don't know where Moon Knight is. I mean, I'll accept this just because these guys seem to know what they're talking about. But and then we know after No Way Home, it's definitely got to be Doctor Strange for sure, because there's a reference to Spider-Man in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, Strange is the last thing after Moon Knight.
And then Loki's at
And
the end of time.
after Hawkeye and after No Way Home, and then Loki is for all times always.
And then, okay, so just a real quick setup for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. The 3 projects you need to see. Let's see, because Marvel's getting pretty big now. I was talking to someone about this today. There's literally 3 tracks of storyline going on at once right now that are not related to each other. There is the Earth power broker problem going on. That's Falcon and Winter Soldier's thing. You know, regular Earth heroes dealing with Earth problems.
So that's like the politics, right?
There's this multiversal nonsense going on, which is, I'll talk about that because that's the path leading to Doctor Strange. And then there's the cosmic path, which I don't know if Captain Marvel's the Marvels is gonna fall into the Earth path or the cosmic path yet. But the cosmic path seems to be Guardians, Thor, and the upcoming Nova movie, and Eternals. Yes, that's right. So there's literally 3 totally different paths going on at once here. But for Doctor Strange, you just need to follow the multiversal path. I'm going to call it that for now, the multiversal path of storytelling. This includes WandaVision, Spider-Man No Way Home, Loki, and then finally Doctor Strange. Now, this comes from Kevin Feige saying, you need to see these things because they all set each other up. WandaVision for you to know where Wanda is and that she's studying the Darkhold. Spider-Man because Spider-Man Loki because Loki cracks the multiverse open throughout all space and time. And then Spider-Man, who is the first victim of the results of Loki.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it.
Right? So
I think Loki for sure, to understand that you can see different versions of different people in different areas, and they can
and
look
they
the
don't
same.
necessarily have to look the same.
Exactly, yeah, they can look the same or look totally different, and it's still the same person, same personalities and stuff.
So check this out. It's funny you bring that up. I heard I saw people on Reddit like bringing this up, like it's kind of lame. They're like saying it's kind of dumb and lame how in Spider-Man and Loki, so many characters, so many versions of them look different from each other. But they feel like in Doctor Strange they kind of copped out because Wanda and Strange look exactly like each other in every universe that we see in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a cop out. Some of this I got from Screen Crush, but I kind of put some of this together myself too. Ryan Aries, this guy's pretty smart. But he points out, Wong says, when we cast the spell of forgetting, it connects thoughts from the known universe to the unknown universes. So that kind of makes me feel like the closer the universes are to you, the more similar the versions are
right
to yourself.
Oh,
And
interesting.
since the Spider-Man spell was pulling from the unknown universes, from the outer universes,
Right.
that's why Toby and Andrew look so different.
And like different ends.
Yeah, like from farther out in the
Yeah.
universe, right? Same thing with Loki. Loki was the trash bin of all the Lokis throughout the universe. That's why we saw some that looked like him and some that looked nothing like him.
And some look like alligators.
Yeah,
In an alligator, yeah.
yeah, because they're all pulled all throughout. And then lastly, Wanda and Doctor Strange were jumping to the universe close to them. Well, maybe not Doctor Strange because he jumped a lot of universes.
Yeah.
But Wanda was going for the universe nearby because her power only allowed her to go so far. And she was already feeling weakness from transferring to that universe. You could tell that Scarlet Witch wasn't as powerful as R616 Scarlet Witch. That's because that body hadn't awakened the Scarlet Witch in her.
Yeah.
So
Actually, there's also another theory that other universe, 838, she did not go through as much trauma in her life. That means like she probably didn't lose her parents. Obviously, if there are no Ultrons made by Tony Stark, that means like her brother wasn't killed in the Battle of Sokovia.
not by Ultron, at least.
Yeah. So like it's just less. If there's no Tony Stark, that means like her family didn't die at the hands of like Stark weaponry.
And then no reason for her to open up this power. Nothing to defend
I got a crazy theory.
or avenge.
What if this whole thing with this Scarlet Witch is what wakes up the Scarlet Witch in that universe in 838?
That'd be crazy.
Oh, that would be pretty crazy.
And now she's the new problem.
Yeah.
And then they keep fucking doing this and it's a problem. Like change.
Actually, I gotta ask you this. So, what are the rules of the Nexus being?
Yeah, because my thing too, what you're saying, T, is like my thought is why they look the same is because what if they're all Nexus being? We know Scarlet Witch is one. What if Doctor Strange happens to also be a Nexus being, and that's why they all look the same? Not because they're pulling from far reaches, but because they're a Nexus being. Whereas Spider-Man's look different because he's not a Nexus being.
That could be the case. But the only reason I say that I don't think they're Nexus beings is because she's not the same every time. Like, there's no kids in our world.
I mean,
so it kind of makes.
Kind of there was.
I mean, but they're not real though. She made them. Like, they're not like.
Who's
real.
to say any of the other kids are real?
They are real. That's the thing. They are real.
But what
She
is
keeps
real,
looking and
T?
see- I'm gonna fire her. Yes, I'm assuming that. Yeah, because here's the whole thing: the Nexus beings in the movies are not the same as Nexus beings in the comic books.
And like also, I don't think Nexus beings have been really explained to us in the MCU yet. So like, we still don't even
Properly.
know. Like, they could rewrite that and it could be something. I don't know.
They could.
Because Nexus was also brought up in the freaking WandaVision commercials, the infomercials and stuff like that too.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so maybe you could be onto something possibly, but I will say that if there is a Nexus being, if there are Nexus beings in this MCU, then they'd have to be what Marvel called in What If the fixed points in time. So that would make Christine Palmer a Nexus being because the universe can't happen.
And she has looked the same in the universe we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Different color
So
hair once in a while.
That would make her a Nexus being because Doctor Strange can't happen without some tragedy separating them.
But then, well, in that sense, then like if that's the case, and if that's like a rule, then the connection to Wanda would have to be Pietro Quicksilver, and he has not looked the same. if you want to include
well, that's not
the Fox shit.
Well, that guy wasn't Pietro. He was a different guy. Remember?
No, that's
Like,
true
Rough
too.
Butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I really think that makes more sense the closer the because that's like the idea of the multiversal theory in real life too. That the further you get from your universe, the more the variations can continue to change.
Yeah.
Because like in all the universes near you, you're still born at the same time, and you're still Anthony, and you look exactly the same. And the further out you go, you're born 5 seconds later, or 10 seconds later, an hour later, and those things change how you look. You know what I mean? So like, an idea.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? They haven't clarified.
Yeah.
What else do we want to talk about this whole?
I got something for you.
Throw it at me.
Something noticed. So before, like, we're gonna get into like the Illuminati cameos. So did you notice that the portal that Reed Richards shows up in looks pretty suspiciously like the TVA portals?
Well, that would connect to him being Kang's ancestor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just linked a couple pictures in the chat.
I want to look at that.
In Discord.
Discord chat, yeah.
Oh, we have a comment here. Number 15, Elon Musk.
No, I don't know what that is. Unrated.
Sounds like a bot.
Ooh,
Maybe.
okay.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
bot. Lame.
Bam, look at that.
Oh,
Bam,
shit.
look at that.
Interesting.
No way, I can show this right here. So yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting. I got to see that whole scene again because I was so blown away by everything that was happening that I didn't get to pay attention to a lot of shit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to hear the fucking Charles Xavier music,
No.
the X-Men music, because
Oh,
everyone
man.
was cheering so fucking loud I couldn't hear it. I didn't even know it was a thing. And
Wait, before we get into more Illuminati shit and all that, going back to the very beginning, so we meet American Chavez right in the beginning, right? We see American Chavez and a Doctor Strange being chased by something, right? And then they're trying to get to the
Defender
book.
Strange.
Yeah, Defender Strange, I think that's what they're calling him. And they get to the book of, what is it? Ashanti?
Vishanti.
Vashanti?
Yeah,
Vashanti?
the book of Vishanti.
It's Ashanti. I wanted to be Ashanti. But anyways.
Fine. The book of Vishanti. Go on.
Anyways.
It's got all our hits in it. That's how he was gonna. That's how he was gonna fight back to Wanda. It's like if I can learn these songs.
Damn. Oh, I'm getting Slayer's flashbacks now too. But
Try
anyways.
made it a spell.
Yeah. But anyways, like, you know, he ends up dying. Fucking Doctor Strange in our universe wakes up. It's a dream, right? And then later on we find out, like, oh yeah, if you're dreaming about something, then it's because it's happening somewhere in a different universe, right?
Yeah, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like that was like an awesome concept that kind of blew my mind. And now I want to go back and watch everything in the MCU and see who's dreaming shit.
So someone actually pointed that out because Tony
Oh,
Stark
yeah?
had a dream in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, Age of Ultron, there's a lot of dreaming shit going
So
on, right?
now that you mentioned that, in the dream that Tony Stark had,
Mm-hmm.
so you know how they said if they were together, they would have won, right?
Mm.
In that dream, the Avengers are together and they die.
Yeah.
So does that make what they said and why they were mad at Cap untrue? Because remember, Tony was all mad at him because you said that if we were together, we would win. So, and you know, if we were gonna lose, we are gonna do that together too. And you
That's
know,
kind of a mind fuck.
yeah, and
Well, yeah.
right, and so it's like, but if they would have worked together, would that have killed them? Which means that Doctor Strange was totally right. They are in the one universe where it could have worked.
Yeah.
And they needed to fucking fight each other and separate to work and to
Yeah.
get together. You know what I mean? Like it really blows your mind when you think about it. You're like,
Yeah.
like some people are saying that like these movies make less sense as the more they add, but sometimes they're right. But I think 75% of the time, if you really take the time to think about them, they actually make more sense and get more trippy as it goes on.
That's the thing about the MCU. Like, I
Yeah.
can't find anything where it's just like I can't find anything major that doesn't make sense. Like, if you look at like Star Wars or anything, like the stuff really starts making less sense the more they
Yeah.
add.
Yeah, it's true.
But the MCU hasn't fallen into that pit yet.
You're 100% right. From episode 1 on, it literally gets worse with the exception of episode 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 7, 8, 9. It literally gets worse per movie. That's funny. Just take 3 out because somehow 3 was decent. Well, you know what?
exactly.
3 was good because it had to be. It's fucking Anakin becoming Vader. Like, you can't fuck that up. Like, everybody...
That was the one thing that was set in stone that they can't fuck with.
Yeah, you can't fuck that up. So, yeah, they literally, with the exception of that, they got worse every movie. That's funny.
But yeah, I think people are saying it's making less sense, but it's making so much sense that it doesn't comprehend to people and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just beyond their mind realm.
And you know, I was gonna say right away, one of the biggest complaints I heard was that, and there's like 3 complaints I heard there. Like, I can tell you're not watching the shit.
Mm.
Like, one complaint people were saying is that it doesn't make sense what Scarlet Witch is doing and where her character's going. I'm like, well, if you watch WandaVision,
Yeah.
she has stakes here and things she has to go off of. And someone said, well, she already fixed her arc and got over that problem. I'm like, well, she also started reading the Book of the Damned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she maybe
And
not
like,
her
even in
fault.
this movie, they're saying, "Oh, it's gonna corrupt you no matter what." Like even
Exactly.
it shows up on Doctor Strange when he uses it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that doesn't make sense, but no, it's the Book of the Damned. It corrupts you. It's true.
Yeah, I wasn't confused about anyone's storyline or anything, like any character's development. Like everything kind of made sense to me.
Yeah, someone said that Loki, they don't see how Loki matters to any of this and how it makes sense or answers any questions or anything. I'm like, but I think you only think that if you think that Loki happens before everything. Because someone was saying, like, if Loki happened before this, then why can we see Toby and Andrew? Like, if there were no other universes, why are Toby and Andrew, like, already developed and old and from the movies we saw? And I'm like, well, that's because Loki happens outside of time. And so once that happens, anything could exist now.
Yeah.
Those Fantastic Four movies,
At
the
any
X-Men movies,
point too, I feel like too. Right?
Exactly, at any point,
and
because now
time is supposed to be a loop too, so it's it still makes sense.
yeah, time's not a line; it's a bubble. It's like a bubble of shit floating around. Like it's not a line. So if everyone realizes, so Loki doesn't happen here or here in the timeline; it happens here in the timeline. When Loki happens, it affects everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
that's still fucking mind blowing to think about, but I also get it, like, but I think that Loki just also just if you don't understand that, at the very least you get a rule that people can look different in other universes. Like at the very least you're getting
like the simple thing they established there is like, hey, Loki can look like this, and he can still look like President Loki.
And that right away reinforces Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, where they all look the same and where they all look different. Yeah, right away.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole dream stuff, that was a trip. We get to meet American Chavez. I like the way they explained our backstory just really quick. I thought that was cool. Because I was kind of waiting, like, okay, where's she from? Are you going to give me some backstory? And they gave you to it, like, in 3 minutes.
It told me just enough. I was like, just enough to be happy with. Okay, I get it.
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
I like how she said she knew she was the only one in her that exists in the whole multiverse because she doesn't dream.
She doesn't dream, yeah. And that blew my mind, too. It's like, oh, shit, there's only one of her. So... that's interesting. And who else doesn't dream?
Right? Oh, shit. Vision, right?
Fuck.
Wait. True.
Vision doesn't dream. Oh! Which we never see him in any other fucking version.
Interesting.
Oh, I gotta think about that.
Well, because we go back to what happens in 838. Like, if Ultron doesn't screw up, there is no creation of Vision because that doesn't need to be.
And there's Ultron robots.
And what we saw in What If, he doesn't make Vision. Or he does make Vision, but he puts himself into it. So it's not Vision, it's Ultron.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, maybe he just doesn't exist. Damn, maybe 616 is the only one.
Oh, like, without a vision?
No, 616 is the only one with a vision.
And
that would actually kind of line up with Thor, right? Because Thor was like, what did he say?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck! Oh, this is getting deep.
Like Age of Ultron.
Yeah, what
he did say something about like he has to happen.
He said I could see a whirlpool of darkness pulling everything in.
A whirl of chaos, and in the center is the Mind Stone.
And in the center of it is that. He points at the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
And so that's why they.
And that never made sense to me too. I'm like, okay, where's he going with that?
Well, he was saying that they needed to have it.
Yeah.
They couldn't let Ultron have it. Basically, I think that was Thor's point.
Okay.
It needs to be with us. Because if it's not, it's gonna fucking destroy everything. Which, when it leaves them and goes to Thanos, it does.
It came true.
Interesting.
The moment Thanos gets it, it's a pull of darkness that pulls everything in. It's like, it's true.
Damn. Okay, that's interesting.
Damn. Yo, and that was a dream. And that was a dream, right?
Yes.
Did Thor get that information from the multiverse? No, because the multiverse didn't exist yet.
No, it still does.
Oh,
okay,
God.
yo, that's another mind blow because if everyone's dreaming, but there's no other multiverses, then how are people having dreams?
No, because maybe they're having dreams of their no, because they're probably having dreams of their own timeline. Because it's not like there's not other strands of time. There are other universes.
Okay.
But they're only universes that eventually converge back into ours.
Right, because everything else gets pruned.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if the divergence is way too much, it gets pruned.
Yeah. So there are other multiverses. It's just that it has to spin back into the sacred timeline for it to exist.
So there's other multiverses, but they're all doing the exact same thing as the main one.
No,
and that's why they exist?
They can be different, but they have to eventually lead. Well, okay, so here...
Like an event can't change things too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the veil to us. But the truth is, the world cannot be different enough that it causes a king to exist. That's the problem. They just don't want us to know that.
Like Hawkeye picking up his daughter's like a baseball glove.
Yeah.
That's not going to change anything.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Or does it?
That makes Kang just fucking appear in there.
Butterfly effects, man. Like, I believe in butterfly effects too. Like, if I move this cracker to this side right now, something different is gonna happen in some other universe.
I mean, yeah,
or
man,
tomorrow,
for sure.
I'm gonna wake up 5 minutes earlier than I'm supposed to, like just by doing that right now. Like,
Dude.
I believe shit like that.
Oh, and that's one thing that we. Okay, so Nexus beings aren't anything too special as opposed to how they affect the universe, because they told us you're a Nexus being once you cause a Nexus event. So when you do something that fucks up the timeline, now you're a Nexus being. So we do know what Nexus beings are in the MCU. Loki isn't a Nexus being.
Okay.
Sylvie is a Nexus being because their action branches the timeline into something that's not cool with the sacred timeline.
Yeah.
And then they don't get pruned.
And they don't. Yeah, exactly. They don't get pruned right, or they get away, or something like they cause a bigger problem. And I'm guessing that's why Loki's world had to get destroyed, because it was going to make a Kang somehow, once he started doing that shit.
Yeah, but now the Kangs are gonna exist everywhere now, right?
Well,
So
not in 838 because Reed's dead. Oh no,
Oh,
you already get
No, he had
you
kids.
He's already had.
He already had
kids.
kids. Yeah, you already had kids.
Yeah.
Kang's still happening.
Oh shit.
Kang Watch is back on, guys. Never mind.
Yo, so is that why we haven't had Fantastic Four yet?
Yeah.
Because the Kang can't exist, so they've been trying to prevent Fantastic Four from existing
Have
this
they
whole
been
time.
pruning Reed?
Oh
Yeah.
Have they been pruning Reed this whole time?
Yeah. Damn.
AJ, I think you just fucking.
Oh.
Yo, I think you just ran onto something right now. Because, dude, and that kind of takes my theory out. Because I told you my theory is that Kang's actually going to be related to Tony instead of Reed in the MCU.
Right.
But no, what you said actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's why we haven't.
No, but or maybe they're pruning timelines where Tony Stark exists, where he lives. That could be a case too.
Yeah, well, maybe when Kang does is related to Tony Stark, maybe he doesn't exist because we didn't see Tony in 838. What if Kang's supposed to be there? I don't know, but maybe he already. I don't know. So.
Damn! Wow, this is getting heavy. Okay, I feel like we're talking more about the concepts that Doctor Strange made than actual Doctor Strange. Is there anything anybody else wants to say about theory and multiversal random crazy shit before we move back on to the movie?
We kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah, unfocused, everybody. Anybody want to say anything else about theory or multiverse shit before we jump back into the story?
Not that I could think of. Wait, I knew I had something. I don't remember what it was.
All right, you can still bring it up if you want, but I just want
it'll
to try
come
to
up
get it
later,
out of the way.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so first off,
First, we haven't even got past talking about the beginning of the movie yet.
well, Steve wanted to talk about the Illuminati.
Yeah.
So before we get into the Illuminati, can I say this? I couldn't wait to do Unfocused. I'm so sad we didn't do it 2 weeks ago or when this came out, only because the first time we ever recorded something, which we didn't really consider it to be an Unfocused thing, because Evangelion was the first real Unfocused thing.
Okay.
But we did record something before, and it was us talking about the Juggernaut video a long time ago. Like, just talking about it and joking about it. And man, and as soon as I saw Charles do this to Wanda,
Oh, yeah.
I was in my head, I was like, no, Charles! Get out of my head, Charles! Like, and they zoomed in on Wanda going like this, like, ah! And in my mind, I couldn't stop laughing. And both my fiance and my brother were just looking at me like, fuck you laughing about? Like, he's fucking her up right now, And I was like, in my head, I just could only hear the Juggernaut, like, Charles, no! Get out of my head, Charles! It was just so fucking funny to me.
Another funny moment that happened in a Marvel movie. So in X-Men, was it Days of Future Past? Whatever one that we saw where Xavier loses his legs.
That's where that's where we first started recording shit, because we were talking about how fucking ridiculous that was.
Yeah, because
that fucking Juggernaut said that. Right?
No, not even that. No,
what are you talking about?
When Professor X gets shot in the back and he can't feel his legs.
First class. Oh, first class.
First class was it? Okay,
yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because the whole time he's like, I can't feel my legs. And then I think it was DJ who was like sitting next to me laughing. I'm like, what? He's like, I can't feel my because there's a moment in the Juggernaut where they're flying away in the jet, and Professor X is like on the cliff waving bye to them, and all he's saying is, I can't feel my legs.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
He kind of sings it like that, and so when that scene happened,
and
it's like it's like a tragic moment. You're like, oh my god, but Danny's over there laughing. I'm like, what? He's like, I can't feel my thanks. I was like, oh, I get it.
Man.
But it's like one of those moments you had where like it was a serious moment, like, oh shit, Professor's going in on this bitch.
Yeah,
and you're just thinking the whole time, get out my head, Charles.
I felt, man, definitely Danny's spirit was with me in that moment for sure, because Danny would have definitely said that when Wanda was fucking getting hit by that pole for sure.
Yeah.
Like, Charles, no,
Charles. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, man, as I told AJ, I think I mentioned here, I'm so mad I didn't hear the X-Men '97 music when fucking Charles came out because everyone was cheering. I'm not mad. I was happy. It was fun having an active crowd that was cheering. But
yeah, surprisingly, the when I went to go see it like on Saturday night. So I feel like all the big heads that wanted to see the movie already saw it. So I feel like I was seeing it with a bunch of people that were like
didn't know,
didn't care too much, but was just interested in the hype, and then maybe a couple of people that like, oh, I just saw this late. Maybe people that already seen it, So when all those cameos started happening, like there was like one corner that was clapping all crazy, and everything else was kind of just quiet. So I was like, either these people like seen it already, or they don't know what's going on right now. Like seeing fucking Reed Richards being fucking John Krasinski coming in, and
my God,
and then the music fucking for the X-Men, I was like, oh shit, and then seeing Black Bolt fucking blew my mind. I was like, oh shit, and I was like, fuck, and then everyone was kind of quiet, but there was like one corner that was like clapping about everything too with me.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Like I was just being mind blowing with just one corner of the theater.
Yeah, for me, it was hard because like the crowd got louder every reveal.
Yeah.
So first, like I think they showed who.
It's Black Bolt first.
Yeah, they showed Black Bolt first.
Yeah, yeah.
And people started kind of getting loud, and then I think they went to what, Captain Carter, or was it Captain Marvel?
No,
Captain
Carter first, Black Bolt, then Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so people cheered with Captain Marvel. They got louder with Black Bolt. They still cheered with Captain Marvel, but it wasn't quite as loud as Black Bolt. And then fucking Reed came down.
Yeah.
Everyone got loud. And then before Charles even actually came out, as soon as you see the yellow chair,
Yeah.
everyone started standing up and going, yeah! it was so loud.
That's crazy.
And I was like, fuck. And it's funny because that's the one that we saw in the trailer, and people were still more hyped about Charles than even Reed Richards. Like,
I don't think we saw the wheelchair in the trailers. So actually
Oh,
seeing the
it is in the
wheelchair.
trailer.
Oh, it is in the trailer.
you see it's floating, and you see it's yellow. So
Oh, okay.
you can tell it's the one from the cartoon
Okay.
if you really paid attention. But you'd have to really pay attention.
I don't think I've seen it that closely then.
And so apparently,
That's
if you didn't
crazy.
see it that close, that means there was a lot of people that didn't too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like also cheered when they saw the wheelchair. And I think specifically the moment when they saw the wheelchair wasn't on the ground.
Yeah.
That's when people got the loudest.
Yeah, because that also blew my mind too. Like seeing it floating, like it's fucking yellow, it's floating, like
That's the X, which begs the question: is this the X-Men animated universe? Is 838
dead?
he lived at the very end of the X-Men 94 cartoon or whatever, or he was taken away to be worked on, whatever.
I haven't finished the series.
Well, spoiler alert, he's alive. Okay. I mean, if that's not the X-Men animated Charles, who the fuck is that?
It's the 838 Charles.
I'm saying
Or-
is
or
838.
yeah.
My point is the 838 the X-Men animated series universe, and I follow that up with when they show Doctor Strange on the ground defeated, and Black Bolt kills him.
Mm-hmm.
His costume looks like the one you see him wearing in the X-Men cartoon, which is the OG Doctor Strange cartoon. I mean, the OG Doctor Strange outfit. So when he's there fucking in front of Black Bolt, he's wearing that costume that he wears in the animated series.
That's crazy.
So I'm
That's
not
all
saying
a thing.
I'm not saying for sure it is, but I want to know because we've never seen Charles floating in the gold chair before, only in the cartoon. Is that universe?
So what about the outfit for Reed Richards? Like, is that accurate to the cartoon series then?
No, that one is not. But enough time has passed that maybe he's updated his costume.
Okay.
Plus, also, Reed Richards doesn't meet them in the X-Men cartoon. He does see them briefly in the Fantastic Four cartoon. But, I guess they're the same universe, so it would be the same. But yeah, enough time has passed that he could have altered his costume because he got a beard and shit.
Yeah.
So, and he's got kids already.
Yeah.
So clearly they've been the Fantastic Four for a while.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so wait. What else do we want to talk about this? Crowds was going wild over
Okay,
Reed.
so if I may talk about like John Krasinski, him being Reed Richards right now, So that's something that we wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
keeps coming up. It's been talked about for years now. Like he
a lot of
needs.
people want it.
Yeah, right. I've been like,
Everybody's fan cast.
exactly, exactly. This is
Except
totally
for Tease.
fancast.
Except for Tease.
Except for possibly Tease. I don't
But
know.
I never said he couldn't work. I do think he could work. It's just he's not the person I would pick for Reed.
So
But
we finally got him. I'm thinking I'm over it now.
You know, honestly, man, I'll tell you this. It would be hard for me to take him seriously as Reed after they had him look so dumb getting beaten by Scarlet Witch so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were dumb for challenging her. I'm like, I don't feel like you make someone die in such a ridiculous way if you want them to be the new badass going forward. It just feels weird to me.
True. Yeah. So yeah, like, I don't think because like I don't know, something about his voice doesn't sound right for Reed Richards. I don't know what it is. Everything else looks cool about him, but I don't know the voice. I don't know. Wasn't doing it for me.
Did you used to watch the Fantastic Four cartoon back?
No,
in the
I
day?
haven't. No.
Oh wow! I wonder what's your reference for Reed's voice?
Just a freaking first Fox movie.
Oh, that's a bad reference.
But I'm not even referencing that. I don't even know what I'm referencing, honestly.
Well, it's funny
Because I can't even remember what he sounds like over there either.
I will say, I mean, I like.
I think what it is though, like I keep hearing that like Reed Richards is kind of a dick sometimes too, right? Like just the way he acts and stuff like that, like how he like. And I guess from some of the things I've seen from him, he's always like not thinking about everything else in certain ways, right?
Well, but here's the thing
And I feel like that his voice sounds too soft to fit that personality. You know?
I'm gonna agree and disagree with you as a fan of the comics because one, I used to love that animated Fantastic Four cartoon, and to me, when I used to read the old Fantastic Four comics, that's how Reed sounded. Very old school, very in control, very like I don't want to say controlling, but very like you go here, I know what to do. You do this, and I got this.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Very sure of himself.
Very sure of himself.
Right.
And not that this Reed didn't, but he didn't quite give me that commanding feel like he could lead the Fantastic Four. Like I don't feel like I could hear Krasinski giving orders to the other three.
Yeah.
However, one thing I feel like is not really shown enough in any media version of Reed, he's compassionate before anything else. He doesn't want to hurt you. He doesn't want to fight.
Okay.
He wants to make the right decision for you and him. And he wants everyone to be as happy as possible.
And
Oddly enough, that's actually how he is in that first Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans.
He tried. I feel like he tried. I don't feel like it was wrong. He was aiming for the right thing. It just didn't come off right. I blame the director, not
probably
the actor.
bad director. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we said the same thing at the same time. Yeah. I blame the director, not the actor. Now,
now the person you gave, the description you gave, sounds like that voice, like because I watch a lot of The Office, so I've seen John Krasinski forever, right? That sounds like that voice to me now.
Right, but also the thing that I didn't feel from Reed, which is kind of what you're talking about, is that he can. It's not on purpose, and it's never like to tell you what's up. But Reed he's so smart that sometimes he just starts calculating and figuring it out, and whatever you have to say after that is like, I already kind of know. Like he's like
he's kind of ignoring you type of thing almost,
yeah,
right?
If you're not Tony Stark or Hank Pym, or T'Challa chiming in because you can keep up with his intellect.
Right.
He kind of like okay. He kind of like pushes you out the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're not gonna help me. But like if it's Tony or T'Challa or someone like that, he's like, okay, oh nice, okay, and then he starts bouncing with you, which is why fucking Sue, Ben, and Johnny don't like that shit because they're not as smart as him. So he slowly starts to fucking push them out the conversation. I wish we could have felt that more from Krasinski.
Yeah.
Like I wish he could have just slowly kind of just like been like ignoring Doctor Strange's opinions as it went on. Like he doesn't get it. He doesn't know what we've seen.
Yeah.
And then just start talking to the Illuminati and not Strange and him be like, hey, I'm a fucking person too. Like I feel like that would have been a little more Reed.
Yeah.
This is nitpicking, by the way. Nitpicking. He was all right.
Have you guys seen that Jack Ryan show on Amazon?
I have.
No, I haven't.
I think that's why a lot of people wanted him as Reed Richards.
I think
because
so,
he'd
too.
always it's his first action role, and he's a very leader-like character in that.
Okay.
I think that's where it comes from. So I think the potential is there.
I believe
him.
that.
Now that we've seen him as Reed Richards here, do you think he will be casted as in the future Fantastic Four movie, or do you think they'll cast someone different?
I
this
hope
was just
they
fan
keep him.
cast.
Just because I like him as an actor, even though I don't watch The Office. Just because
You don't watch it religiously like I do.
No, unfortunately, I don't. I
Damn.
have this thing with like not mockumentaries. I just don't like mockumentaries.
Wow.
Did you
Okay.
watch the Japanese Office I sent you earlier?
No.
Wait, you sent me
No,
the
it's not me.
Japanese office thing?
No, not
Oh,
you, AJ. You should watch that video I sent you earlier.
All
I
right.
think you'll appreciate it. Well, here. Okay, so I have two logical reasons as to why he would and wouldn't be cast for it.
Mhm.
Why he wouldn't be cast for it? One, they've already made him look stupid
Yeah.
by getting like eviscerated by Scarlet Witch so easily.
Mhm.
Two, seeing him show up exactly as the fan cast kind of makes me feel like Kevin Feige's like, here, I gave it to you guys.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up so I can make my own Fantastic
Yeah,
Four
yeah.
now. And you're gonna have to accept whatever I give you because I
Yeah.
already gave you what you wanted. That's the other thing. And
That's
the
what
other
I
thing is
think,
like
too.
I kind of feel like Krasinski is just having fun with us too because he
Mhm.
knows we want it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he would say no if Marvel offered it to him, but I think right now in his mind, this was a fun cameo to play with the fans.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I will actually give you that because they obviously know how to fuck with the audience because they did
True.
Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
And it's the Rick and Morty writers.
Yeah.
They love to do shit like this. That's the other reason I feel this way. If you've ever seen Rick and Morty, more than a season of Rick and Morty, they love to almost give you what you want and then fucking murder it in a horrible way or do something really mean to it or make fun of it or something. You know what I mean? Like that's just what they do. Like people wanted like a Back to the Future connection,
Yeah.
and when they did it, it was like super middle finger to Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so.
But like Steven said right now, like even like Rob Warner, like freaking Quicksilver from WandaVision, like they fucked with us there too. So yeah, this could be them just fucking with us again, which is fine. I'm like
I'm
like
not
I said, like
I'm not mad about it.
it's out of my system, so I'm completely cool now if we get someone different.
And honestly, I never really wanted it. I don't hate it. I just never really wanted it. I wanted to be more surprised by Reed rather than to get the thing that the fans were pushing
Yeah.
for. Now, my counter argument to myself as to why it could be him is one. Now that we've seen his face, if we see him in the MCU, it's gonna be a big moment for everybody. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, he's there.
Yeah.
That's why they could use him.
Mm-hmm.
The other reason is because, the fans want it. That's the other one. They don't always give in to the fan cast, but
I mean,
sometimes they do.
Benedict Cumberbatch was actually a fan cast, so
Yeah, he was. He
Oh
was.
shit. Okay.
And so sometimes they do give in to the fan cast.
I guess
That's-
we'll
if
see
I
then.
remember correctly, Brie Larson was too, because like she had just won her Oscar, and they were like, "Oh, let's get her in here too. She's a big nerd."
Was she a fan cast? I didn't know that part. That's crazy. That's cool. And then what was the other reason that I was thinking that it could be real? Oh, the other reason it could be real is also like it kind of links into the last thing I just said. One, that if we saw him in the real universe, we'd be like, oh shit, that's him, it's coming, and they could fuck with us with a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Just to show a sword agent working on some shit, and Monica walks up and says, "Hey, you done with that project yet?" And he turns around and he's like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
And then fucking it's Reed, and you're like, oh fuck, and that would bring that whole WandaVision thing full circle with her friend,
Yeah.
the astrophysicist. So
Actually, I was thinking about it. It's like, why would they have such a huge reveal? Because they obviously teased it in WandaVision, but why would they have the reveal on a TV show when they can do it on the big screen?
plus,
And I feel like they'd like doing long game reveals.
they do. So there's a chance there. Plus, Maria Rambeau is friends with Reed. So Monica being friends with Reed would be fucking synergy, right? That would make a lot of sense for their
Yeah.
multiverses. Especially since the only flip is that between Carol and Maria. I feel like I had one more reason, but I guess that's enough. Oh, the last reason is through Black Bolt. Anson Mount was Black Bolt again.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't
So
really
from
know.
from the same Inhumans show,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
From
And-
the show that nobody watches, then that burned bridges for the state of Hawaii.
Yeah, that's why Hawaii doesn't allow any more Marvel projects.
Yeah.
Is because of that in humans. So the fact that they use Anson Mount, and that they're trying to make the echo of Inhumans just to let us know that could be real here. I feel like that's like a good reason to say that maybe Mr. Fantastic is future echoing what Inhumans is past echoing. You know what I mean? Like, if this is him, you'll see him again.
Yeah.
If this was him before, that's why you're seeing him now.
Right.
Maybe there's a whole thing going on with the echo of that. So
Right.
I could see it being Krasinski.
All right, we'll see.
I don't really want it to be, but I don't hate the idea of him.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Like I'm over it now, so I don't need it to be anymore. But I mean, I'll be fine with it. The other thing I want to mention too about this whole Illuminati thing too, because there's so much to go off of this shit, right?
Yeah.
Interesting that Doctor Strange saw this Illuminati. All people that we haven't seen in the universe, or he has never met himself either. He's never met Black Bolt. We don't have a Black Bolt in the universe right now, and same thing with Reed Richards. And we don't have a Maria Rambeau anymore.
Technically,
don't have a Professor X.
Technically, he hasn't met Peggy Carter or Captain America.
That too.
He hasn't met either of them.
I mean, in a way, he's met Captain America, but not Carter though.
No, think about it. He's never met Captain America.
Like not shaking his hand.
Oh,
They've never
wait.
talked. They've never done a tag team move together.
Yeah.
They were at the funeral together.
They're at the funeral together.
I mean, they weren't standing next to each other.
No, because I don't think was Cap there.
Yeah, Cap was there. No, yeah, Cap was there, but Cap was in the front.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is way in the back.
Yeah.
So we don't even know if they've ever met or talked or know who each other are.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he wasn't there, and then he was there. But I mean, Doctor Strange was holding up a fucking waterfall the whole time anyway, so he hadn't time to talk to anybody.
No, yeah, he wasn't trying to do that.
But regardless, yeah, he's never actually talked to anybody there before. Like everyone there is new, not only to really him, but also to us, aside from Mordo.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So that was interesting. Like, is that for a reason too?
And so I actually do have a reason for that.
Is it because the Illuminati's connected to Kane?
No,
and we don't have an Illuminati because that's connected to Kane in some way.
No, not that. I think. All right, so you ready for this? I'm kind of sad Steve's not here right now because I think this is a big point.
He's here in spirit.
All right, this is a big point I want to make. I think this is because once him and this new chick Clea from the after credits thing realize they can't deal with the incursions, he's gonna say, you know what? We gotta find that group that the other universe had. They were the smartest people. They were the most powerful people. So they must exist on my universe.
Yeah.
So maybe in Doctor Strange 3, he'll look for Captain Marvel and find Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
He'll look for Captain America and get Anthony Mackie. He'll look for Reed Richards and find him. And maybe he's not fucking Mr. Fantastic yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a regular guy still as an astrophysicist and he doesn't want to fucking get him yet.
Imagine, like, shit, like, I knew you, but you were kind of stretchy. Can you stretch? All right, we got to fix this. Let's go throw you in space, you know?
Fuck.
Let me do some magic. Okay, you're stretchy now.
Ta-da! Right? Yeah, so I'm thinking this might lead to him.
Is he going to find Black Bolt then?
Yes, I think that's the whole thing. Because the whole thing is Inhumans, they live in a hidden city. That's why they're so powerful. They're a whole kingdom. No one can find them. They're worse than Wakanda because they move. They can move it whenever they want.
Oh, fucking like Terrans in StarCraft.
Yeah, they are like that. Yeah, they have this huge, giant dome of a kingdom.
See?
And they can move that shit.
Orbital Command Center.
Yeah, they can move that shit whenever they want. Like, it teleports, right?
Okay.
Because of Lockjaw. Lockjaw can do it for
Oh,
them.
that fucking dog.
Yeah, he's gangster.
Damn.
So, that being the case, maybe the whole point is Doctor Strange will be looking for that. How can I find Adelon? How can I find that city of Inhumans, you know? And then when he finds it, we see the whole fucking city and we meet all the Inhumans, and then they take him to the king. And it's fucking Black Bolt fucking waiting there, you know? Like,
Damn, so what if the next movie is Doctor Strange and the Illuminati?
maybe. I don't think
Oh, that would actually be a really good title.
Did you hear what we were saying, Steve, about how, like, because AJ was asking what's the point of them bringing all these people that he doesn't know into the world? And I was saying maybe it's so he can gather them in his universe when he needs them, when he can't fix the incursions.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thought.
Right?
Incursions. What's an incursion?
Oh, I'll say it like
No, I know. T's gonna be right back too. But yeah, what else was crazy in that moment? Seeing freaking Professor X in there, Peggy Carter, and all that. The fact that Mordo was there was kind of crazy too, just to show like even throughout universes, he still kind of hates Strange in some way. I thought that was.
I think he was actually nicer to Strange in that universe.
He poisoned him, dude. Oh shit!
He
Yeah.
incapacitated him.
He poisoned him. Okay. I'm not sure how nice that is, especially being sneaky about it. But yeah, that happened just to get captured and shit. And
Yeah.
like, well, I guess that wouldn't. Oh yeah, I was like,
Well, because it's his Strange told him to do that to that multiverse Strange.
oh, true. Why was that though? That's weird.
Maybe his Strange had used more of his time stone to figure out what's going to happen with the multiverse.
Did they even? Oh, okay, no, they had to deal. Huh? Where is that time stone then? Because if they fought Thanos,
Thanos.
yeah, and killed him, then that means then Strange still has the time stone then?
It's possible. I mean, he's dead, but
Yeah.
the time stone exists
It still
somewhere.
exists somewhere, yeah. You think Mordo has it now?
Oh, it's possible because he's Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah. That's another question I have too. Well, how comes freaking Stephen Strange is still not Sorcerer Supreme in this movie?
Um,
Can you riddle me that, T?
Wong.
Why is
gets it.
Strange still not Sorcerer Supreme? Like, why didn't we end the movie with Doctor Strange being Sorcerer Supreme again?
Honestly, dude, I was very surprised that it didn't end with Wong relinquishing the title to him. I was
Yeah.
super shocked. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
Yeah,
Do we know?
that's
why?
not even like. I mean, I think it's happened in the comics, but it's never been like this long lasting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is like lasting for a while. But you know what I think it is? I think it's so that we can get this big epic moment in the future where Wong dies
Oh no.
in front of us and Strange becomes Sorcerer Supreme again.
Yeah, playing the long game again, like how we get our Spider-Man at the end of the trilogy.
Emotional death, and that's what pushes him to maybe go away from the darkness. Because right now, him sprouting that third eye tells us he's tapping into black magic now, dark magic. This is exactly what Mordor was afraid he would do, just like the Ancient One, drawing power from the dark dimension and shit.
Right.
So, and now he's gonna go to the dark dimension to fucking help stop these incursions or whatever.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he's gonna be having this third eye and going to the dark dimension, if Mordo sees him doing this shit, he's gonna be like, "Called it, called it," you know?
Yeah.
Because there's still that plot thread that they haven't really picked up on from the first movie.
Did you hear originally in Multiverse of Madness, the movie was gonna start with Mordo hunting Wanda, and Wanda was gonna decapitate him.
Oh shit!
That's
Our
crazy.
our universe is Mordo.
Yeah,
And
that
then
would have been crazy.
But I'm glad they didn't do that, because that's a waste of Mordo. Because Mordo's supposed to go full evil and work for Dormammu and be the counter Doctor Strange. Like, Doctor Strange serves the Vishanti, he serves fucking, Dormammu. And they're supposed to be, like, equal,
Dr. Normal.
They're like the avatars of them, basically.
Right.
And so I'm really looking forward to that happening. So I'm kind of glad they didn't kill his ass off like that. That would have been kind of whack.
Yeah. All right, going back to the beginning of the thing. So this thing's chasing freaking American Chavez and is Doctor Strange, right?
You mean the fake ass Shumagorath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was possessed by ruins, right? They figured out it's freaking Wanda. So that means Wanda, from the beginning of the movie, was already going over after America Chavez.
Yep.
How did she find out about her? Was it in the book?
Probably
The Darkhold?
Probably using the Darkhold to look through the multiverse for her kids. She probably found this one bitch and like, oh shit, this bitch is breaking through these things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna find her. That's my guess.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. Like, wait, how did Wanda even figure it out that she was doing that shit? Because, like, when Doctor Strange went to go talk to her about multiversal shit, like, she already knew. She didn't give out she knew right away until she, like, ruined it for herself, right? And she's like, oh, I gave it away.
Oh, but fucking, what sucks? She knew about America, but she didn't know Strange had her. Strange fucked it up, dude.
True, yeah.
He fucked it up.
That's true, too.
She's like, oh, you have her. Oh, okay. She's like, that makes this way easier. I can just fucking reason with you.
I can fuck with you, yeah.
All right.
That's crazy. But yeah, also, like, just to go back to, like, how the movie was presented and stuff, I like how, like, we didn't bullshit around with Wanda becoming something and everything. She was already that. Started off just like that, evil,
was hiding it.
attacking, yeah. So that was cool. Like, we kind of learned why throughout the movie, but just to start off like that was pretty crazy. So then we got our answer, like, who's gonna be the big bad, and it's Wanda.
Yeah, that kills my theory. I think you guys. Oh, so I was right about a lot of big things in here, But I'm going to start with what I was wrong about. Shumagorath.
Yeah, it's not sure.
That was my big guess ever since 2 years ago when they announced this movie. I was saying and sticking to my guns. The villain was going to be Shumagorath. And he's going to be hyper intelligent and talking shit to Doctor Strange and fucking doing crazy shit. No, I was wrong. But technically, maybe I won't be too wrong because they went out of their way to name this fucker Gargantos.
Yeah.
Because if you watch previous Unfocused episodes, we were talking about how...
rights thing.
What's that?
It's like a rights usage thing, right?
Exactly. The company who created Conan the Barbarian holds the rights to Shumagorath for like 8 more years, I think.
So does that mean Conan's part of the fucking MCU or
No.
part of Marvel?
That means he's not part of the MCU by legal terms, because then they would have to pay them. That's why they called him Gargantos instead of Shumagorath.
So we're never gonna get Shuma just based out. How is Shuma connected to
Oh,
fucking the Conan the Barbarian? Like,
He comes from that first.
wow.
Yeah, he's like an interdimensional monster.
So was Conan written under Marvel, like in the beginning
Yeah.
or some shit? Wow.
Well, Conan was its own thing, and then Marvel liked that franchise, and they
Yeah.
made a deal with them. Yo, can we put out some comics for Conan?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, yeah. So they teamed up with them to make Conan comics, and that put them in league with Marvel.
And then
he
there's like,
deals
oh, I
with
like your
Shumagorath.
character here. Let me go take him. Like,
Yeah, because then all it takes is one to maybe get the Conan thing popular. Maybe they want to cameo Doctor Strange to kind of make that franchise more
Yeah.
popular. Now Shumagorath is fucking part of Doctor Strange's universe too.
damn. Did they use him a little too much, and now they're okay? Well,
Yeah, they've used him so much that Marvel's basically like claimed him. Like
yeah,
he's in Marvel versus Capcom for no reason.
exactly. Yeah,
Like that says everything right there.
yeah.
There's also this thing where like Marvel bought a bunch of comics because like they had this rights to use the name Fu Manchu, and that was supposed to be Shang-Chi's dad, but like they're not allowed to use that name anymore.
Yeah, they've
So
lost
it
that.
sounds like a similar thing.
Yeah, they've lost those rights now. Yeah. That contract with the company that made Conan must be up, so they can't use him without paying for it.
That's wild.
But that's the cool thing is that I believe Conan will be old enough that it can be free public reign in the future. So in a
Public
few
domain.
public domain, yeah. So I think in a few years, Marvel can just fucking start using Shumagorath anyway.
And then everyone could use Shumagorath.
Yeah, we could use Shumagorath. We can have him in the background of Unfocused at that point.
Exactly.
Bro, we're almost like able to use Mickey Mouse as public domain.
You know, we tried when that was coming up, but then it got renewed. Remember, we tried to put Mickey Mouse on the website
that's
for a little
right.
bit.
And they got renewed, and we had to take
Yeah.
that shit down right away.
Yeah.
It's about to expire again, so
And,
you
then-
guys
and
should
then
try
Disney's
to.
gonna
They're-
lobby, so
they're
they
gonna
can-
renew it again.
so they can fucking That's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, Shumagorath, not the evil villain.
Technically, Gargantos.
Gargantos guy died in the first 5 minutes, and Wanda's there, fucking up bitches. So I was talking to Wags because I met up with Wags the other night, and I was like, all right, what was different with what? Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, can I say that now?
Actually, yeah. Now we can say it. It's
Okay.
over. The movie's out. Well, I can say one thing because I'm sure if you guys have been paying attention or at least listening to our Marvel talks, Wags had made me privy to just a couple things about this movie before it came out.
Yeah, I asked him what those things were.
And so you probably already know. One thing that was different from what Wags had told me was the Illuminati lineup. And it was actually 90% the same.
Yeah.
The one that was different was replaced by 2.
Yep.
Instead of Black Bolt and Reed Richards, it was Balder the Brave. And Balder the Brave was the older brother of Thor, who is dead. But I guess in this timeline, Thor dies and not Balder. So Balder is the man worthy of the hammer, and he's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And I think Wags had even told me when they were like, because they have like a Q&A after to see what people liked. And
Yep.
I think he had mentioned people didn't quite understand that. That like who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
he saw a screening.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's how I knew about that.
Already
Shit.
screening like months ago.
That's how I knew about the Illuminati, Steve.
Oh, I got you.
And-
So like my friend who's already seen like Love and Thunder.
Right. And then he was saying, and so he was like, when they tested it and were asking questions about it, people were confused about Balder the Brave and I think Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And I guess, with Captain Marvel, they just felt like people were stupid, so they kept it. And with Balder the Brave, they changed it because it's too much to explain.
Yeah.
Wait,
Also,
so it was a racist thing that they didn't like Captain Marvel.
No. People didn't understand what the fuck was going on, like who the fuck she was supposed to be. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay. Yeah.
because
I got
last
you.
time you saw her, she had a totally different haircut.
yeah.
and they were probably expecting to see Monica.
Yeah.
But if you really think logically, it would have to be Maria. But I think the general audience was like, huh? You know what I mean?
But
Like,
that's fine. Let them be confused about that.
yeah,
The other
that's what
thing,
Marvel said. That's what Marvel said. They're like, they're stupid about her. But Baldur, they were like, okay, maybe we can change that to make it someone more recognizable.
Yeah. The other thing he was saying too is the reason, like, because Wanda was going after her kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, why? Like, she kind of resolved that in the end. She was okay with things. Why is she going after her kids now? You know? So they added the stuff about the books into it after that screening. So the whole
About
Darkhold,
the book corrupting her and
yeah.
shit?
So the Darkhold corrupting her and all that was newly added.
Oh.
Even the Vasanji was also a brand new thing they added to it as well.
The Vishanti was added too?
Yeah.
The Book of Vishanti?
Yep. So those the two books things was brand new that they added after the screening.
Oh, so that's part of what happened with the reshoots. Because
Yeah.
like, a lot of things just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But that's like a big part. How did they do that?
Because they just went off the fact that she was obsessed with getting her kids back. They were going off of that.
Oh, so they were saying
but
she literally had the raw power to travel the multiverses to try to get her kids?
I guess so. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's what it is.
I'm glad they changed that. That's too powerful.
But the audience was like just more concerned.
Was
like,
there an America Chavez in that screening?
No,
I think
there was.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that screening might have been anticipating that we would have seen Doctor Strange before Spider-Man.
Oh, because America Chavez was supposed to be in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. And then they had to switch the release dates.
And maybe that's why we didn't get an origin story. Because also he was saying there was no origin story for her in the original screening
it
either.
was probably in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was probably in Spider-Man. I'm sorry, wait.
No,
But Doctor Strange was supposed to come out first.
Oh, shit.
So maybe they were trying to save it for Spider-Man. Maybe she was supposed to... You know what? Yeah, maybe it was like back in the day. Remember when Black Widow first appeared in Iron Man 2?
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of started appearing and started doing shit, and then bam, she was badass and doing shit.
Yeah.
Maybe America Chavez was going to be like that. Like,
Just show up, start doing shit. Don't really tell us where she came
you
from.
see like
really.
little echoes of
Yeah.
her. Like maybe you start seeing star cracks in the background slowly,
Yeah.
and then halfway through the movie they show her and show what she can do.
Right.
And then in Doctor Strange they were gonna fucking
Give us the backstory.
yeah or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think about
Yeah.
the logic of it.
But that little backstory wasn't in there. Also, he was telling me the Minotaur dude that we see like in the beginning.
Rintrop.
Yeah.
He had a bigger part, right?
He had a slightly bigger role. He had like a little off story on his own where he was trying to be a follower of Doctor Strange's stuff. And
Which
then
lines up with the comics.
yeah, and then like just the personality of the guy like didn't like hit well with the audience, stuff like that. Like why is he even there? What's the point of him and all that? And so they kind of just took everything out about him.
Well, this is why they do those screenings, just
Yeah.
so everything comes out looking like making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which yeah, like
'Cause,
a lot of things make sense too. What he was telling me. That's basically what he told me too, actually.
My friend saw Thor Ragnarok before it came out, and like they had this thing where Anthony Hopkins was like crazy and a homeless dude, and like the test audiences didn't like that, and then they changed it to what we have now.
That's crazy because I
Yeah.
heard that originally too. Yeah.
I've seen the pictures of it. Yeah, where
Yeah.
he was like tripping and crazy and acting all weird and homeless. And
Yeah.
shit.
I think that would have made sense, but oh well.
Yeah, I guess maybe his performance was off-putting or
That
something.
part is actually still in the trailers.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's funny.
That's crazy too. Yeah. But yeah, so there is that too. But man, okay, where are we had again? What we're talking about?
I mean, I guess now we can just talk about what was good about. We should probably start wrapping up soon.
Yeah.
What was good about this movie? What was bad about this movie? And then let's do that. Let's talk about what was good about this movie, what's bad about this movie, and then we'll talk about where we think this is going to push the Marvel universe from going forward. So start with AJ. What did you think was bad about this movie?
Oh man.
Start with that. If you had to be nitpicky and say things that you didn't like, what would you say?
I have no idea. I liked a lot about it. There wasn't really anything that was bugging me, honestly.
Come on. There's going to be something that you could wish was a little more fluid or made more sense or was clearer or was fleshed out a little more.
Maybe the books, like the whole fucking
The Book of Ashanti.
yeah.
For sure, I want to know more about
I want
that.
to see more of it and get more out of it too, but like we didn't.
They torched it right away.
Yeah, as soon as he got it, it's like the whole time we're trying to get this damn book, and now you're telling us we didn't need it.
And it's funny, in hindsight, it's funny that you tell me the books weren't in there, because now that you tell me that, now I see why that was even in there as a fetch quest that went nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
okay.
true too. Yeah.
Because it wasn't part of the story, so
Yeah.
it could never be part of the ending.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They had to destroy it because it wasn't. They wrote that later. So
Wait, and you said the Darkhold wasn't part of it either?
Yeah, like at least it wasn't the cause of Wanda's craziness. It was more of her being obsessed with getting the kids back.
Oh, okay.
I think it's better that they did that the Darkhold caused it, because otherwise, then the complaint about her already having solved this arc in WandaVision
Yeah, that would have more. That
would've
would have
been
been more
true.
valid.
And that's kind of what it was too. Like they're like, we already saw WandaVision. Like she kind of made up for everything. Like, you know, she's just good now. Like, why is she doing this? You know?
and saying the Darkhold corrupted her.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that kind of exactly.
Did you also notice she was getting the black fingers like Agatha?
Yeah, her tips were always black, like in the beginning too. So that was crazy.
Because it's a lot of time. Because like, if WandaVision happens 3 weeks after Endgame, like she's had a whole year
of dream
with the dark
setting.
Yeah.
and then they messing around with that too. Oh man, okay, no, I'm trying to find bad shit. Damn, I don't know. I can't think of anything bad right now.
Okay.
Maybe I have to go watch it again. But like every time, like I remember watching a movie, like every time I thought like, oh man, this kind of sucks. But then it made up later on. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
This made it make sense. This made it worth it.
This made it make
like,
sense, or this made it worth it. Yeah, like at the beginning.
That's how I felt too.
Yeah, like American Chavez, like kind of just being as weak as she was for a while, was like, oh, like come on, you can do this shit, right? But in the end, she ended up doing it fucking awesomely and has control of it and shit. I was like, oh shit, okay,
And dude,
no, I'm good.
when she finally got that power and fucking punched Wanda, I heard America. Fuck yeah. So
You know what else I didn't see though? Because I kept hearing you when I was asking you talking about it, about who's America Chavez. Like, oh, she kicks portals. She kicks star-shaped portals. Never see her throw a kick though.
I think you do. I think she did do it once.
You think she?
There's a moment where she did do it, but it's mostly punches.
Yeah, it was mostly punches. Yeah,
Punches.
yeah.
I remember when I
was waiting
you
for
know-
that Bruce Lee fucking flying kick to open the
Oh,
portal.
that's
and
fucking
that's what I was
funny.
waiting for.
That's funny.
That's what I wanted.
See,
that's
that-
what I imagined.
See, that's not even the kick I'd seen, because I think kick right away, because the first time I ever seen her, like, I feel like somebody's doing something right, and then all of a sudden in the background a star-shaped pattern comes into the sky, and the fucking sky falls out of the pattern, and her fucking foot's like coming through
Right there. Oh.
and then she jumps through, and you're like, so to me, I always think she kicks star-shaped holes through the universe,
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But I guess it's more than that, you know. She can just break them open or whatever.
Okay.
But
alright,
yeah,
fine.
to me, that's the first time I ever saw her doing it, so that's the first thing I always thought. And this bitch kicks star-shaped holes through reality.
Yeah, and that's what I kept like imagining. It's like, oh, I'm gonna see her kick a fucking star-shaped
I think
hole.
she did it once,
And
though.
then I was waiting for his flying kick and shit. I thought that was she's gonna do to Wanda, like she's gonna punch her hard. She flies back, and then she starts running at her, flying kick her right in the chest. Star-shaped fucking portal opens. That's what I was hoping for.
Yo, my dad's told me once that he would knock me into next week, and he knocked that bitch into another dimension, dude.
Right?
Jesus.
But yes, but seeing her power was cool. Okay, I'm not so upset about the kick anymore. Then, what was up with those freaking statues that were like trying to worship Wanda and stuff?
Well, yeah, they were the part of the altar to the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? They look like Chthon. They all look just like Chthon, even though it can't be him. And Chthon is the person who gives Scarlet Witch all that fucked up power.
And he wrote the Darkhold,
He
right?
wrote the Darkhold. He's the guy who made that book. Yeah, he penned it. You know,
So he just
he
made
edited it.
golems of himself.
He edited it. He published it. Yeah.
All right, that's all I could think of right now as far as bad shit.
Okay.
I mean, my complaint's gonna be the same as AJ's. Like, any complaint I had, they kind of rectified it.
Yeah.
But like, I wish they didn't kill the Illuminati. But
It's in a different universe. I'm okay with that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. I hear a lot of people saying that they're annoyed or angry that they killed the Illuminati, but I'm like, you know what? It's not the real Illuminati.
yeah, and like, cause I understand that the purpose was to show off how scary Wanda is. Like, she just off these people like with the snap of her finger.
Well, I could present an idea that maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe they killed that Illuminati on purpose because, think about it, that Illuminati.
It's supposed to happen because of fucking. Go ahead.
That
Was it
Illuminati.
on the right track?
If you think about that Illuminati, Maria Rambeau, right? She has a kid, Monica Rambeau, right?
Yeah,
Professor Xavier being there and means that there's an X-Men out there, right?
yeah,
Black Bolt being out there means there's Inhumans out there. And Reed Richards being there means Fantastic Four is out there, right? So now that their Guardians, their Illuminati are dead,
We get to meet them for the first time.
how do we not know that universe won't want to wage war on our universe for killing their Illuminati?
Even better.
And that's a thing in Secret Wars,
Oh.
which we're going to get to because I called it so hard. If you guys go back this whole year, or maybe 2 years even, I fucking called this movie. I knew what it was doing. I knew what it was going to do. I knew we were going to Secret Wars. I knew we were going to see incursions. I've been saying it for years.
So you think this is going to be connected to Secret Wars then, huh? Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what it has to be. We got Battleworld in Loki. And I don't want to tell you too much, but I know you're never going to read it, so I might as well tell you.
Yeah.
In Secret Wars, they all live in this place called Battleworld, which is this Game of Thrones style world where all the different multiverses that we've seen throughout the past 70 years of Marvel, they pull together the parts of that and all the characters of each of those multiverses and slam them into one big fucking world called Battleworld, right? And they all got territories and shit.
Damn.
And this is a patchwork world that is made after everything else is destroyed. What do we see in Loki? There is a big garbage can with a lot of different worlds all blended together as one world, and they're all what? Multiverses. And different versions of multiverses with different people from those verses. So
Shout out to Thanos Copter.
Shout out to the Thanos Copter, exactly. So right away, the stage is set for Secret Wars. All we need is what makes them have to do it.
Yeah.
Which is incursions. And sure enough, Doctor Strange 2 fucking introduced incursions, just like I knew it would. And they set it up. A universe has already died. So Secret Wars, it's happening now. It's already happened. They already killed trillions. They already destroyed one whole universe because of Doctor Strange. It's happening. Secret Wars is in the middle. It's happening right now.
Is that where the chick at the end of Doctor Strange was taking him, maybe?
Yeah. No, she says, there's an incursion. I need you to help me stop it unless you're scared. And that's because and so to explain to you what an incursion is, AJ, that's when, I think I mentioned it before, that's when the universes are all getting offset. So they're all ramming into each other. And the focal point of them ramming into each other is Earth. And the only way to stop, and if the two universes ram into each other, both of those universes are dead and gone. So the only way to save both universes is to destroy the other Earth.
Yeah.
And on that Earth is usually a version of you and everybody you know and love. And, you know, that being the Illuminati, the Avengers, the X-Men, whatever.
Yeah.
There's usually going to be a version of themselves they're going to have to fight there. And that's exactly what we got. And I think now that they've killed their Illuminati and that world is still floating there, maybe they'll build a new Illuminati, or all the heroes of their world will unite together to come fuck us up.
Damn.
And we're going to have a big-ass Secret Wars battle.
Yeah.
Universe on universe. So it's all set up. It's all there. I saw it coming with Loki, and it's fucking happening.
With that in mind, then... Oh, go ahead, Steven.
Okay, I never read the 2015 one, but I read the 80s one. Because Secret Wars back then was about heroes versus villains. Is 2015 like that, or is it just all the major heroes?
I almost don't want to tell you, Steve, because I feel like you should read it.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, the second Secret Wars is homaging off of elements of the first one, but the story is 100% different.
Okay. That's enough. I'm gonna head to my local comic shop and pick up Secret Wars.
Well, you can't because you have to read Time Runs Out. But you know what? I'm gonna send you a YouTube video, Steve.
All right.
Where a guy condenses all of Time Runs Out, and Time Runs Out is everything that deals with the incursions.
So
because the incursions lead to Secret Wars.
So with this incursion shit that you're predicting right now, and the colliding of two different universes. And if it's going to be this MCU universe that we know, joining or fighting another one that is colliding with, what if that universe has mutants? And what if something happens in the end where now those mutants are just part of our universe at the end of this?
There is a chance for something like that to happen, which I don't want to say too much of it. But there is a chance for something like that to happen, AJ. You're not totally wrong in that theory.
So that's my theory of how we get mutants, because I'm always trying to predict how are we going to get mutants in this shit.
Man,
that's another theory I got.
When the show's over, I'm going to tell you something that might validate what you're thinking, but I don't want to say it right now because it's going to take a lot of explaining.
All right. And then other thing I wanted to say too is that at the end, that one chick, what's her name again?
Yeah.
Clea. So when Clea came in and she's like, I need your help, and like, are you scared? And Doctor Strange's like, yeah, okay, let's go, let's do it. Freaking Rock Gods of Rock moment, Come on, man, be a rebel. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, I'll do it. That's just so funny. I didn't even think about that. She even looks like that girl from Rock Gods of Rock. That's fucking funny. Oh, that's so funny. We gotta find that shit again.
Actually, I did find it. It's on YouTube, Rock Gods of Rock, if anyone wants to see. If you guys want to see the inside jokes teen I have once in a while, a lot of them are from that. Rock Gods of Rock. Rock Gods of Rock. Anyways.
Also, if you do end up checking out Everything Dies and Time Runs Out, Steve, you will see where Doctor Strange is going at the end of the movie. You'll know where this is going as far as where he goes.
All right. Any other questions? You have more questions?
Okay. What did you guys think they did right about this movie? Oh wait, I didn't say what I didn't like. I don't think there was much I didn't like.
How the fuck you can get mad at us for not having shit?
No, the only thing I didn't like, if I wanted to be nitpicky, was that we didn't get Ghost Rider. Because I feel like there was moments where they could have at least mentioned the spirit of vengeance, or some other fucking things going on. I kind of feel like they could have at least made some little head nods to some more supernatural shit.
Mm-hmm.
Only because we saw the goddamn living tribunal, which that's the master of the multiverse. We saw him for a second in Doctor Strange. I'm like, we can fucking talk about the spirit of vengeance real quick, or Mephisto, just real quick. Give us some context for that. So that's the only thing I felt could have been better. I feel like some of the lines could have been delivered a little bit better. I feel like there was some corny delivery here and there.
Sam Raimi thing.
No, I know, but I feel like there was a lot of moments where they did deliver it good, even though it was Sam Raimi. But there was moments where I'm like, he should have pulled back a little bit, man. Like, the lines could have been more heartfelt, more hitting to my heart if they would have been a little less corny sometimes, But that's a nitpick. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. All right. Favorite thing about the movie, Steve, you go first.
Sorry, it's got to be Reed Richards. That was like the big, like as soon as they dropped into the prison in 838 and they said, "Oh, this is the Baxter Foundation." I was like, what the hell's about to happen?
Yeah,
and then
I heard Baxter Foundation.
Like,
I was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. I know. As soon as she said that, Palmer said that.
Yeah.
I turned to my girl and she was like, "What?" I'm like, "That's the Fantastic Four."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh shit, really?"
It didn't hit me Fantastic Four right away, but I was like, that's fucking something. I know that's something big I need to worry about. Like, what is that again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I immediately turned to my girl. I was like, "That's the Fantastic Four."
Yeah, because I went with Drew, Chris, and Kay. Like as soon as that part happened, because that was their second showing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so they were
immediately looked at
they were just staring at you the whole time, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
They just wanted to see my reaction to it.
It's so good. Okay, so that was your favorite thing, was Reed Richards appearing. AJ, what was your favorite thing?
The fucking music note battle.
Yo, agreed.
Oh, that was pretty dope.
That was awesome.
The music note battle was great.
Yeah, that was great. That was probably one of my favorite moments. Everything else about the thing was awesome.
Oh, actually, I will add this. I love the way they do magic battles in the MCU.
Now
them trapping each other in the mirror dimension and shit.
Oh yeah, the mirror dimension
dope.
That
shit. Yeah,
was
Wanda
tight.
coming out of that shit.
And I like how she had to slowly use her magical powers to sense and tap all these different spots. Like, no, here's the opening.
Yeah,
because there's got to be an opening.
Yo, also about that scene, I feel like he used the same trick the fucking what's his name? Is it Ebony Maw used on him when in Endgame or Infinity War?
What, with the spikes?
Yeah, with the spikes and all that.
The needles.
The needle things, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Do you think he learned from him? That'd be cool if he did. Oh, that'd be pretty dope. Now I want to see it again and see if he did. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because that looked exactly like how he was put in that fucking trap like that. It's like, I'm going to put this shit into you slowly. Yeah. So I feel like that was the same thing.
Damn.
But Wanda was smart enough to kind of move around it and find her way out of that shit. I'm like, what the? Yeah. That was crazy. That's when I started getting scared too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Wanda broke out of that, I was like, okay, how the fuck are you supposed to stop her? Because you're not supposed to be able to break out. Isn't that where fucking the wizards go to test their magic and shit like that?
Yeah.
And she broke out of that shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you know what? I love that horror moment too. Because by the way, if
the way she
doesn't
came
know,
out, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh yes, dude. I love that. For anyone that doesn't know, Tahir is a huge fucking horror fan. That's my second favorite genre of movie, probably, is horror movies. And this is Marvel's first real horror movie. This shit was fucking scary. It was weird. It was
Like
dark.
she coming out of there like the Grudge girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she came out backwards with her limbs all distorted and shit.
Yeah.
That was so good.
That was good.
And then on top of that, I like the whole moment. It reminded me of an old horror movie from the 80s where they were like, the reflections, she's coming through the mirrors. And they all started like trying to cover all the reflections and shit. I was like,
Yeah.
It took me back to like the 80s and 90s. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay.
But you guys know that Sam Raimi produced The Grudge, right? The American one.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's probably why he used the creepy walk.
Yeah. Oh, it worked so well. Okay. And then, okay. So my personal favorite moment, I guess was it's not a favorite moment. It's kind of one of AJ's moments, but it echoes throughout the whole movie. Was the magic, the spells, and the fighting with the magic. It was so good.
That was Steven's moment.
Yeah, same thing with Steven. Okay, Steven. I love all of that because, you know, a coworker of mine made a really good analogy. They're like, you know, while Captain America is like Yusuke Urameshi, and, you know, Captain Marvel is Goku, you know, Thor is like fucking from Ichigo from Bleach, but Doctor Strange is Yu-Gi-Oh!
What the fuck?
Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't always blast you with the most powerful blast, but he has a fucking situation, a problem to solve every situation,
Yeah.
a trap to turn everything around, a way to make his weak ass move like the strongest move in the game.
Yeah.
Like, Doctor Strange is the Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's always been true in the comics too. He's the one who finds little sneaky ways to turn your shit against you, or to like fucking make his weak shit bigger. And I love that this movie really felt like that all the time. Like, that's what it means to be the Sorcerer Supreme, is to be clever, to be smart, to be creative with magic. Like when he took all the sharp notes out of the fucking music book and threw the sharp notes at him to cut him with the sharp notes.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. That's great. Like, you know, you don't see that often.
That was cool.
That's actually a really smart thing. I didn't notice it was the sharp notes.
Only the sharp notes if you look real carefully. And I was like, wow, that's fucking smart. And then the other thing I really liked was the moment where it's very Sam Raimi. I just love it because like I said, I'm a horror fan and I love Sam Raimi. Oh man, I lied. My favorite moment is where he possesses the zombie Strange and then puts the cloak of the damned on himself and flies off to go get Wanda.
Yeah, the zombie Strange was actually one of my favorite parts too. I couldn't stop smiling like ear to ear.
It's
just like
as soon
it's
as
such
he
a good
said,
payoff.
right? As soon as he said, "Who said I had to possess a living body?"
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, we're doing this. And I knew this is Sam Raimi, and I'm a big fan of Evil Dead. And something that happens in Evil Dead is the main hero, Ash, eventually becomes a zombie and has to be a hero as the zombie for a minute, you know? And I was like, shit, they did it again. That's fucking dope. So yeah, I take it back. That was my favorite point where he controls the evil spirits and flies off with a cloak made out of all the evil demon spirits. And then my second favorite part is when he's explaining to the Illuminati Wanda's spell where she can go to the universe, and as he's explaining it, they're playing this creepy like music and she's fucking doing the spell, and you see her like, and you do a split screen where Doctor Strange is explaining it and she's doing the spell. Felt like very old school horror movie to me, you know, or like Tarantino or something, and I thought that shit was dope. So those are my two favorite moments, probably, personally.
Nice.
All right, last thing from everybody. Where do we think this is going? AJ, big prediction. Where is this going?
Before we get to that, I got two questions.
Okay.
One.
Q&A first.
One of them. So, does the Illuminati not know how powerful Scarlet Witch can be, or is?
I'll tell you why they don't know.
And is it because Wanda wasn't fully like fledged in that universe?
In their universe, she's not the Scarlet Witch yet.
Okay.
And she probably will be one day.
So outside of that, then, is she actually that strong where she can fuck with the Illuminati like that?
No. Oh wait, that universe is Wanda?
No, just any universe, any Marvel comic.
Yes, she can decimate the Illuminati. They would have no fucking chance.
That's crazy. So the fact that she went ahead and did it, that's cool.
I was understanding the point of that scene was to show how arrogant the Illuminati was, that they wouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't listen to Strange. But like I said, also it's not their fault because their Wanda is fucking whack in comparison. Like they're like, yeah, I mean, the Scarlet Witch, yeah, we can kill her. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're like, yeah, like they didn't like care about it. Like
it'd be like
it's kind of crazy.
It'd be like if someone told you, like, yo, Donald Trump is gonna roll up to your house solo and beat your ass, like tomorrow at 3:00. Dude, be ready. And you'd be like, Donald Trump? oh, beat that old motherfucker's ass. I wish he would come. And then it's a parallel Donald Trump that's like jacked. And you're like, oh, fuck.
Coming in like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. That's basically what happened to
It's
them.
one with his head photoshopped on Rocky.
Oh, that's fucking scary. So that's basically what happened to them.
Yeah.
Like, Strange tried to tell them, and they're like, yeah, we don't really trust you because in our world you're distrustful.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm telling you, Wanda's bad in my world. She's
Yeah.
going to come here. Like, nah. And honestly, they got off easy. She should have been able to do worse to them. And the only reason she couldn't is because that body wasn't awakened. And so she couldn't use all of her abilities in that body.
No, it was crazy too how fucking Professor X just went into her mind. That whole scene, that was dope.
Got my head, Charles.
And then fucking somehow she snapped his neck from inside her own head.
And I'm like, wow. Dude.
I don't know. Black Bolt got it pretty bad.
Yeah, that was, I feel like I seen that somewhere. Oh, I keep remembering where I keep on seeing it then. And I keep remembering, oh yeah, it's fucking Deadpool from fucking X-Men shit. Where they shut his mouth.
Also, I thought it was hilarious how Wanda was trying to get out and reach out to Charles, and when she snapped Charles' neck, she fucking ran back inside into that shit and hit again. And I was like, she's so scared of our Wanda, you know? I was like, fuck, that's just scary.
That was crazy. All right, my other question. Is she really dead?
No.
Did she fucking that fucking whole thing on top of her and fucking dropped it on herself, right? I don't think she's dead either.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think she's gonna play a big part in Agatha Harkness, the show. There's no way she's dead.
See, I actually don't think she'll play a big part in Agatha Harkness. I think we'll get a clue to her survival in Agatha, but I don't think she's going to play any actual story points.
That's what I mean. Like it's like they'll mention her because like I think her story is important to Agatha Harkness, but she won't be a big part.
I agree.
I think Scarlet Witch is going to get her own movie.
I don't think that. Well, I mean, no, I want to hear more about what you said. So you think Scarlet Witch is going to get her own movie? I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
This can play into like where we think this is going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well, actually,
because-
wait. First, wait. What are we doing? Did you have? You're answering.
That's all my
AJ's
questions.
question, right?
That's all
Okay.
my questions.
All
So.
right, go on. Because Steve, you're still answering AJ's question. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking like because Agatha Harkness is the one who actually mentors her, right, in the comics.
Yes, she teaches her how to awaken chaos magic.
Yeah. At the very least, I think that's why she's not dead.
Why Wanda's not dead? That's a good reason. I mean, if we're gonna talk about her mentoring her, she kind of already did it when she taught her about the runes and shit. Like, I feel like they've kind of fulfilled that requirement from the comics.
In a way.
Oh, true.
You know.
But what if they didn't have an adversarial relationship?
I would love to see them. And you know what? That's what it's like in the comic book for most of the time. Like, she's actually like more of a mother figure to her. You know, so that would be pretty cool. All right. And did you have any questions or weird things you want to bring up or plot holes, Steve?
I already asked you. So I think you covered them all already, especially with the comparisons between the two different Secret Wars.
All right. That being said, Steve, why don't you kick us off this time? Where do you think this is going, man? What does this lead to? Doesn't have to be everything, but, at least the next Marvel movie coming out, or, maybe it's Phase 5. Where do you think this is going? What is this going to matter?
So leading into this, the reason like it was a big deal for me was the last time they did a trailer like this was Captain America: The First Avenger, where the end tag was like a literal trailer for the next movie.
Right.
And they did that in No Way Home. So I knew this movie was going to be that one big point where they're kind of tell you like what's going to happen for the rest of the phase. Because they told you that the Avengers was going to be like the big movie, and then at the end of that we got Thanos.
Right.
So, like, my prediction is obviously Secret Wars.
It's got to be. That's one of those we're going, right? How about movie-wise? Where do you think you'll see Doctor Strange again? Because, at the end of the credits, we saw Doctor Strange will return.
Where is he going to show up? I don't know, because I don't know how, like,
in Secret Wars.
Like,
No,
I think that'll be too late.
I think Secret Wars is a good 10 years out, probably.
What's the... Oh, Secret Invasion is what we have coming up next, right? Shit.
Yeah, but that's more cosmic level.
Is it, though? I don't know if it will be. What if the Power Broker is really the Skrull Queen?
Oh, that's interesting. See, oh man, that would be crazy because I'm assuming that Power Broker is going to show up in Armor Wars.
Yeah, I think she will too, for sure.
But for her to show up as a Skrull, that changes a lot of things.
Yeah, what if the Power Broker is a Skrull Queen instead of Spider-Woman, and this actually will connect the Earth stuff to Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, and Thor? Who knows?
That'd be interesting.
But I think the Power Broker will definitely. You're right. She'll be the problem with Armor Wars. But I'm just thinking that because I was talking to some coworkers about this, and he was saying the only problem with what's happening in Phase 4 is that nothing's connected. Like we said, there's 3 different tracks.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of Phase 5, all this is going to be connected to some cosmic shenanigans, which might be the Skrulls, might be the Celestials, maybe it's Kang. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think at some point they're all going to come back and like lead into one big story.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Maybe in Phase 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, AJ, what do you got? What do you think's coming? Any last minute theories?
I don't know. Like they mentioned incursions. I want to see what that's going to take us. What that's going to be. If my theory is going to be true. We got introduced to Mr. Fantastic Four guy there. So, yeah. I don't know where it's kind of leading it. Like I have no real idea right now. I'm just going for the ride for the most part right now.
I think we need to have a team up movie. At some point again.
I'm wondering like what that's gonna be like if we do get one.
We got the Marvels coming. That's the next team up.
Yeah.
I mean, but they all have similar power sets. So they're all basically named after the one hero. But I'm thinking like a Civil War kind of team up movie.
Oh, you mean an ensemble movie, like with everybody and shit?
Yeah, that isn't
like
necessarily an Avengers movie.
I mean, we could always do. That's a good point. Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that's to answer your question of where I think Doctor Strange is going to show up first.
Some type of
I
team.
think another team up movie because like I think people were saying that the time difference between Doctor Strange 1 and Multiverse of Madness is the longest we've gone without any
sequel.
Yeah, with any like a direct sequel.
Okay, that's a pretty good theory. I like that.
What about like Quantumania? Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, can we see Doctor Strange there somehow?
That is another kind of dimension.
Because we're supposedly seeing Kang in that movie too.
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah,
and rumors are MODOK too.
Oh, really? Which one? The one from the animated comedy show?
That'd be fucking
funny. They just canceled that show, by the way.
Yeah, I heard. I think the rumor is because MODOK's going to be in.
Because MODOK took a job in the MCU.
Well, the rumor was that Jim Carrey was casted as MODOK, but then we heard Jim Carrey's retiring.
He's retiring, yeah.
No, but before that, the rumor was he was like being.
Oh, and because he retired, like, okay, let's cancel this shit.
All right, so where I think it's going, I think I'm not going to talk about Secret Wars because I've been saying it for a couple years. So I think we've definitely got, more specifically, everything dies. I think that's what we're getting for the next 5 or 6 years because the Avengers spent a long time trying to fucking stop the incursions for like years in the comics. So I think we're about to be seeing that for the next like 5 or 10 years. And then Secret Wars once it doesn't work out. Sadly. So
well, actually one kind of like wild card, where do you think Deadpool's going to show up?
You know, it's funny. He's one of the other characters I didn't mention that was actually in talks to show up in Multiverse of Madness.
Which he should have. That would have been easy.
Yeah, the Rick and Morty writer said...
Just for a second.
Mm-hmm. The Rick and Morty writer said him and Kevin Feige and the producers and stuff, they talked about that. You know who else they really talked about? It's not a rumor. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I keep hearing that too.
It wasn't a rumor. It's true. Yeah. They really did talk. The Rick and Morty guy said he just threw it out there, and then he said it as a joke, but he kind of meant it, and he just asked Kevin Feige like, "Yo, man, can we get Tom Cruise as Iron Man like as a parallel?" And Kevin Feige's like, "We've asked, and I don't believe he's
like, I got you, dog."
Yeah, Kevin Feige already asked him.
I heard they couldn't do it because of the whole COVID thing, because that's when they were filming.
Scheduling,
and then the scheduling on top of that.
Yeah, that actually makes sense because like Tom Cruise is a producer for Mission Impossible, and like he's got to be on set every day. It's like there's that video of him yelling at his entire like production crew just because they weren't following.
So I can be in fucking Doctor Strange.
Protocols.
Didn't he just face he has freaking, was it Top Gun or some shit?
Yeah, Maverick. I heard it's good.
Yeah,
I heard it's good.
So he's probably fucking busy setting that up too. So
yeah, because that's been shot for a while too, I think.
Yeah. So
I think it's been done since last year.
That would have been too much Tom Cruise. Oh, by the way, I had a theory too why Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness got pushed because they wanted it closer to Mother's Day. Because Wanda looking for a kid.
I definitely feel that Mother's Day Wanda thing was on purpose, for sure.
Because, like, why else, you know?
I agree.
Because like literally the acronym is MOM.
Oh shit.
Multiverse of Madness.
That's wild,
that's
too.
Funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
Huh.
Fucking Rick and Morty writers, dude. Rick and Morty writers are so good.
Oh man.
It's too meta.
Okay, the thing I think is coming in the future. This is a wild guess. I mean, this is just movie wise. Sam Raimi making the Midnight Suns movie because
Ooh, that's good.
you know, because as jokey as this movie was, I felt like this would have been even better with a team. It would have felt like the Avengers movie, and that's what we need for the Midnight Suns. Scary, super dark shit, and then someone says, "The fuck was that, man?" You know, or to hear them bicker.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like we needed his information. It's like I tried to get it. You'd set him on fire. You know, like shit like that. You know, like fucking
And
Blade and
and
Elsa.
we've had directors switch franchises. Like the Russo brothers went from Captain America to Avengers, and like before he left, John Watts went from Spider-Man, was going to Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I still need to hear Elsa Bloodstone say to Blade, "You're a vampire hunter? I haven't even seen one of those." And he's like, "You're welcome." I need to see that in Midnight Suns. Them fucking arguing. But yeah, so I think Sam Raimi making a Midnight Suns movie, I think that's where this is going. I also think this will lead us to not the first Young Avengers movie, because I think the Young Avengers movie one will be about Kang and you know, Iron Lad, young Kang. But I think this will build to a second Young Avengers movie called Children's Story, where the Young Avengers
Featuring
search
Slick Rick.
where the Young Avengers search for Scarlet Witch, who's missing and doesn't have her memory. And you know where they find her? Doctor Doom's castle,
Oh
because
shit.
she's engaged to Doctor Doom
Oh fuck.
because she doesn't have her memory.
Oh shit.
And the
Oh,
Young
shit.
Avengers gotta find her because that's their mom, and they find out she's about to marry Doctor Doom, so they gotta stop the wedding.
Where have I heard that type of story before, where someone's brainwashed, but they're like they're about to marry someone?
Happens in a lot of shit. Actually.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's technically rape if you think about it. It's not cool.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay, I had another question.
Isn't it the plot to Wonder Woman 84?
everything's rape in that movie if you think about it.
Wow.
She's totally taking advantage of that guy with Trevor's inhabiting his body. It's really weird. And she's totally cool with it. Anyway, what were you going to say, Angie? You have one more question?
Where do we see America Chavez next?
Young Avengers.
Young Avengers?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I mean, I've never read her with the Young Avengers, but Steve, you got that book I gave you, All Style, No Substance.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
That
cracking
sounds
on
like-
that pretty soon.
That sounds like him. All style, no skin.
Damn. You're going to take
That's how I
that,
roll.
Steve?
I mean, I can't argue if it's truth.
Yeah, so I've never read her in the Young Avengers, but I gave Steve the book where she's the leader of the Young Avengers.
Oh wow. Okay.
So hopefully, you know, we could tell us a little something, because I actually don't know what she's like with them. Where I read it, where I've read Young Avengers, Patriot's the leader. That's the black kid that's the son of Isaiah, or the grandson of
Oh.
Isaiah. He's the leader.
We have so many threads that are just dangling around from every fucking thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
when is this all gonna like fucking make a sweater and shit?
When Arasham comes down to judge the planet.
Damn.
Which, by the way, Wanda is not making us look very good for that planet judgment shit. Because he's going to come here and scan humanity and its whole fucking history.
Captain Marvel took down a damn ship. She can take him down, right?
No, bro. Didn't you see what fucking Wanda did to her? What do you think Arisham's going to do to her?
Oh shit.
He going to brush her aside like broccoli he didn't order.
Damn. All right. All right. We got
Yeah,
anything
that
else
was
on
our
this?
Friday the 13th special, guys. Thanks for checking out Unfocused. Steve,
Running
thanks for
late.
joining us. Thanks for
Oh, thanks for having me.
thanks for bringing your little lady too. I'm sure she enjoyed the show.
Oh, she'll get into it one day.
All right.
We'll see you guys in a few weeks, I guess, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm beyond, so we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Unfocused will return.
All right, fellas. You guys have a good night.
You too, man. Peace out.
Oh yeah, and then at the end of the movie, they said it's over, just like we do.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny. Okay, did anyone realize the Evil Dead reference about fucking the same
Yeah.
that actor having his right hand cursed and fucking him up? That's it. Right out of that movie Evil Dead, because he gets his right
Never
hand
heard of
gets
her.
his right hand gets cursed by a fucking demon book called the Necronomicon, and the right hand
I've
starts
heard of that
fucking him
before.
up.
That's
He's like
crazy.
beating his ass. So when Doctor Strange puts that curse on him,
Yeah.
it's fucking extra funny.
I get it. That's funny.
Let's just remember, Pizza Papa always gets paid.
I was gonna say best quote in the whole series. Pizza Papa always gets paid. That sounded super aggressive when he said that.
All right.
It's
All right,
over.
fellas.